We're live. Hello, everybody.
Hello, hello, hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are we all by ourselves, you and me?
Yeah.
So there's nobody.
All alone. All alone.
All
All by myself. All by myself.
One is the loneliest number
that you ever do. Two can be as bad as one. Hello.
I always think of Hero.
Yeah.
When he always he talks about that song. He's
Yeah.
like, just a wait. One. Hi everybody and welcome in to the Semi-Perfect Podcast.
Yeah. Here, should I change the screen?
Change the screen.
What do we want to be our screen today? Let's do
Change
this.
the screen. Change the screen. Change the screen. Oh.
Oh, we got a
got
super
the
chat
super
from
chat.
Cheyenne's audio tape saying, Happy Pegasisterversary, 3 years.
Woo!
Well, happy anniversary.
Happy
Oh.
anniversary.
We got Equestria Daily in the chat.
Whoa!
Wow, we've got some stuff that we're going to talk about today
The pressure.
regarding Equestria Daily.
Yeah, some serious.
Some good, serious, good serious
Some
things.
good serious things. Yeah, hi Equestria Daily. Yeah, folks. So, shall we just kick this off and just see who piles in here?
Yeah,
Nice.
sounds fine with me.
Let's do it. Keep an eye on that Discord,
I will.
and we'll see who shows up.
Oh, wait, there's
Paleo's
Paleo.
here.
Uh-oh.
I don't hear Paleo.
His green thing's gone.
Paleo's probably been talking this whole time.
Wait, Paleo, sorry.
1 second, Paleo. Hi, Paleo.
Hello?
Have you just been screaming this whole time?
Yeah, I've been saying
no.
like I couldn't hear myself in the stream, and I was like, I thought you guys were just ignoring me.
Oh, no.
Don't tell him that we were.
No, it wasn't intentional. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this is why I'm like, we should imagine if we went the whole podcast with everyone screaming at us, and we're just like, wow, yeah, just a Sarah and Jeffrey show.
Yeah.
Whoa, that was weird. I called myself Jeffrey on the Summer River podcast.
Whoa.
Just kidding. Totally not my name. But yeah.
I was at this point.
I know. So, yes. I'll just start this. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Semi-Perfect Podcast. It is...
It's,
Wait. Sarah,
What?
do the theme.
Oh, what? Oh, bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum.
Was that good?
It's May the 4th.
Did that sound good?
No, it did not.
Okay.
It's Star Wars Day.
It is Star Wars Day. So, for people that actually like Star Wars, congratulations. Paleo, are you a Star Wars fan?
There was a trailer for the Obi-Wan show coming out later this month.
Today?
Yeah, it came out today.
Oh. Does it look good?
Yeah, it looks pretty good. It's actually coming out. The first episode is coming out when we're gonna be at MomoCon. There's a lot of stuff coming out while we're at MomoCon.
Oh, wow.
There's a weird thing that happens with our audio where it's like,
What?
even if I have it up to 100% on our computer, it's like the same. Oh, wait.
No.
Oh, okay. Nah, it's different. Okay.
Okay.
It's very minimally.
Yeah, we'll be talking about a number of topics here. Yeah, just kind of catching up with people. Now, as a reminder for anyone that's new, we like to do food posts to kick things off.
Yeah.
And we will be food. So you can submit your food posts on Twitter, #SPPFoods. and we will see your submissions there briefly. I cannot wait to see what people are eating on this fine day. What's that super chat?
We've got a super chat, another one from Cheyenne's audio tape saying, "May I join the Discord server someday?"
The Discord server.
We do have a a public Discord server for the Semi-Perfect podcast. Let me link that to you guys.
Oh, that thing, yeah.
Unfortunately, you will not be able to join the Discord server that we have just for the people who are on the podcast. That is just strictly for the people who are on the podcast.
Yes.
But we do have a public fan server.
Yes.
I'm going to link that to you here in just a moment. So you can join that.
Wow, you looked that up. Equestria Daily in the chat says, how do we submit food posts?
You go to Twitter.
Didn't you just put up the sign?
Yeah. And you use the hashtag SPPFoods.
Yes.
When submitting, you can also tag us. We're Semi-Perfect Pod.
Yes. Now everyone's finding out we have a Discord server.
Uh-oh.
Nathaniel's like, what?
Is it not in our video description? I thought I put it there.
Sarah.
It is not. Just the Twitter.
Oh, shit. I gotta put
okay.
it in there.
I was going to say, Sarah, you've been around YouTube long enough to know people do not read video descriptions.
Yeah.
But apparently Paleo did and has proven us wrong. So.
Whoops. Hold on.
Don't worry, Sarah. It just means you're going to have to edit every single video upload that's ever gone. Well, this is a special edition of the Semi-Perfect podcast where we try to figure stuff out.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Sarah's going to do it. Here you go.
Hopefully that works, folks.
That was the right one, right?
Yeah, I think.
Double check.
I don't know how to double check. I'm pretty sure it was the right one. Yeah, that was the right one.
Okay. I just was like, did you just do the wrong thing? But to further answer Equestria Daily, how do we submit food posts? So we just want to know, what are you eating, or what did you eat, or what will you eat? We want to see food on these food posts. What is your food of choice during the podcast? Because I haven't eaten dinner, and I like food. So,
shit! We got a lot of people popping into the public fan server. I've gotta give all these people their roles. Viewers.
Sarah's handing out bread rolls to everybody. Yeah. What a nice podcast we're having here. Like this is it. Now it's nice and contained here. We got it's still, I think, only Paleo in here.
Yeah.
Well, that means
I know Hero and Jax will be showing up because I was just talking to them earlier.
Will be or won't be?
Will be.
Oh, cool. Well, we'll see them then. For all I know, Gabe is still like in Hawaii or something. I don't know. He is an elusive individual. But yeah, we like I said, we got a number of topics to go over. Some movies that have been out that we'll probably discuss. Sarah, why don't we see what's in store for us on the food post here?
Yes.
Let's look at food posts.
Okay.
I'm
I
hungry.
will do that.
Where's the peanut?
I'm gonna move this over.
I want peanut.
No
peanut. Just one peanut, please.
I'm gonna move this over here.
Peanut.
And then we can go over here.
Has everyone here seen the trailer for the Elvis movie at this point? The one where like Tom Hanks is like.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Many people think I'm the villain of this here story. Whenever that trailer's like when I first saw that trailer, and you have this guy talking about how like, oh yeah, people think I'm the villain, and then you see this kid wearing what I thought was like.
It's like a lightning bolt.
Yeah,
like,
I thought it was
thing.
the Flash. I thought it was an origin story for the Flash.
Yeah.
I still do, actually. I just was like, what does Elvis have to do with the Flash? I don't get it.
Okay. So there are some food posts that seem to be left over from last time that we did not catch, so I'm going to start with those.
Okay.
Let me go to the Twitter screen so everybody can see.
Mmm.
So we've got RD Chill Watch IDN. Got some local Padang rice for iftar. Definitely not bad for cheap meals, around $1.06 approximately. Nice. Looks delicious.
I like food.
And another one. Happy Eid Mubarak, everybody. We apologize for small mistakes I've had. I had a good day of victory after passing 30 days of Holy Ramadan. Nice. Well, in case, I'll send an SPP Foods pick to Semi-Perfect Pod. Nice. Looks good. Sweet. It's the stuff where you cook your own food.
Oh. Well, then what's the point of the restaurant?
It provides the meats. The good quality meats. Alright, we got Jory. After a not so good work week, treating myself to a Sabor Especial burrito with ground beef, black beans, rice, guacamole, and cilantro, alongside some chips, queso, and drink.
Ooh, okay, let's look at this.
Beautiful. A beautiful mound. Oh, who is that going?
Yeah, it's me.
Hello.
It's him.
Hello.
There he is.
It's your wife, Jeff.
It
You
is-
didn't put the semi-perfect pod in your AC Race Best community tab again, did you, babe?
Oh!
No.
Yeah, that's why I did the Sarah voice.
You know, everyone makes fun of like when I'm doing the iRacing streams. All those guys make fun of when I have to call over to Sarah because like something's I'm incapable of so much. So like I'll call her over and I'm just going, hey Sarah, and everyone hears it as Sarah. Sarah.
Yeah.
Like everyone starts repeating it. I'm like I do not sound like
You do that quite often though. You do the Sarah.
Sarah!
Well, okay, maybe in the moment I don't
Or like-
realize that I'm panicking, okay?
Or it's like, Sarah! And it's just that like loud, like,
Yeah.
thing. Like,
Yeah, I'm just trying to get the job done. Hi, Jax.
Hi, how are you, sir?
Oh, I am good. I think, Sarah, are you doing pretty dandy?
How are you, Sarah?
I'm good.
Boss lady.
Yeah, I'm good.
Boss lady. We're looking at...
How's Pinkie Pie? Is she still stalking you?
Yeah, she's still sitting there in her cubicle,
Okay.
looking over everybody.
Yeah.
No,
What was wrong
that's
with that Pinkie Pie?
Is she asking about your TPS reports?
No. She just stands there menacingly.
Menacingly.
Ugh.
We got Nathaniel Foga currently having some red stew and rice mixed with bits of sausage and chicken. It's definitely quite a nice and spicy meal. It looks delicious. I want that.
Delicious.
Delicious and nutritious.
I still say we need to get our community people together to create a recipe book. Because some of these
Yeah,
food
you know what?
posts-
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. That's a good idea.
Get on it.
Semi-perfect
All right,
recipe
well,
book.
now that everybody's
Patent
joined the
pending.
server today,
Yeah.
I'll make a new tab called like recipe sharing or something like that. So,
Yeah.
Yes. Semi-perfect recipe. SPP recipes.
Yeah.
Soon we're just going to be... Oh, that's good.
SPP recipes.
Ooh.
Ah.
All right, what do we have?
SP recipes.
S-
SP recipes.
All right.
Ooh, there we go. There we go.
Oh,
Say,
What's this?
Christina Booth says, "Bet you never had this happen. Pick my dinner for me."
Oh!
Appetizer and
Oh! Okay,
This
click
was
it.
sent.
Click it.
This was sent like 30
I don't care.
minutes ago.
I don't care. I'm gonna help pick. All right. Let's see. We got appetizers. Honestly, let's see here. Yeah, if you're gonna get appetizers,
I hope she wasn't, counting on this being a timely response because.
no,
timely
it's cool.
Wow,
Yeah,
she's still at the
I-
restaurant.
I-
She is
I
waiting.
just-
She's just been sitting there for 3 months. She hasn't left.
Yeah,
She's just-
she tagged me and I just said get one of everything.
See,
No, I mean, she
okay.
probably has at this point, stuck
good
there in a
response.
perpetual cycle of not leaving.
So I would say go for the deluxe nachos for your appetizer, but chicken wings are always a good choice.
Yeah.
If you're gonna get a soup or a salad, I mean,
What's a super
The
salad?
super set.
it's the biggest,
I was gonna say the same thing.
baddest. I just love how there's this one called dinner salad. It's not special. It's just dinner salad. Like chef salad, that's always a safe option. But the Southwest. Let's see. I'm reading through it.
What's the salad or soup? What's in that?
The salad.
What's a
soup.
salador?
Salador soup.
Yeah. And what is that?
It's a knight in Shining Armor from
Okay.
Salad.
Sounds good.
She said
Sounds fancy.
appetizer in Maine, so let's go over to the Maine.
All right.
Okay, we got a
Get a
choice of
burger.
burgers.
Okay. So
Never go wrong with a
Is
burger.
this? I gotta wonder. Is this one of those like?
Healthy choices.
Alright.
Huh? Do I hear a Saberspark?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
We're helping someone order their dinner right now.
Get a
Oh my
burger,
God.
Christina. Just
Are you
get a
guys getting any
burger.
feedback from us?
We're trying to be responsible.
Well, like Janet Jackson.
Okay, wait. Like, okay, so again, there's like a train theme to this
Yeah.
restaurant, which makes me wonder, like, is this near the Grand Canyon? Because like I once ate at a train themed restaurant near the Grand Canyon. All right, let's see here.
Dude, Southern fried chicken, 100%.
Ooh.
Get a burger, Christina.
Okay.
That's
All right.
my litmus test for every restaurant I go to.
We
good
have a
old
vote for
burger.
burger. We have the Southern Fried Chicken. Sarah, why don't you go back to the other page?
Sure.
What if the fucking like waiter's just right there waiting? She's like, "Oh, give me a second." Like,
Hold on
give me
one
a second.
second,
They're
French
they're
dip.
ordering.
Oh, I do love me a French dip.
just sitting there over her
One
while
moment,
she's on her
waiter.
phone.
I have a podcast
Which-
answering.
Which
for
burger though? Like, Jax, are you really gonna get just a burger?
No, let me see.
the-
What is it?
the-
Just
Just
a
a
burger, an American favorite, served with lettuce, tomato. I like take off all that shit. I just like plain. Let's see. Iron House burger, broiled lean ground beef, Swiss cheese, all that avocado bullshit. Get that out of here.
Oh my god, it is
barbecue
called
bacon.
Just a Burger. That's what's
Yeah.
on the menu.
That's what. Yeah.
There you go. Barbecue bacon. No, you know what, Christina, get just a burger because that'll be your litmus test. Because if they can make the
But-
just a burger great,
it's
then the
just a
other
burger.
burgers will be better.
Wait,
so there you go.
But
When you could
Wait.
have like New York steak or baby
Fuck
back
steak.
ribs.
I'm one of those people who will
Grilled
honestly say I prefer a good burger over a steak any day. I do.
That's
I really
insane.
do.
but
I really do. I do. And so, no, you know what it is? It's because for all those fucking photo shoots I had to do for those fucking things back in the early, like, 2014s and 10s, all I had was, like, steak, rice, broccoli, and that shit. I am so sick of steak at
I mean,
this
that
point
sounds
now.
like
I'm just
we-
like,
we
I
have
just don't
been
want it
too
right now.
late.
I had to eat that every single day for, like, 3 months.
That's
And I was
fair.
just like,
She
fuck
got
that.
shrimp.
she got shrimp.
She got shrimp.
Oh,
Okay.
of course she
Yeah,
did.
sure. But wait, but okay, I need to stay focused on this Jaxblade thing because Jax, if you
Yes.
go to a restaurant and it's your like
Yes.
one time going to the restaurant,
Yes.
are you gonna litmus test that shit or are you gonna
Yeah,
be like,
I am.
I gotta take a chance on something delicious?
Nah, I'm gonna go. Well, honestly, me and Paleo are the same in this regard. Like, I just like a plain burger. Like, I just want meat and cheese. If you can give me a meat and cheese on a burger and it's good, then you fucking sold me. Then that's
See,
all I gotta say.
This
You
is why
fucking-
I chose Saber as my eating partner,
I thought you
were-
not one of you.
Max, what the hell are you talking about? You don't put any kind of seasoning on your food? Oh, but
Of
It's
course I
because he's
season the
British.
meat, dude. Of course I
Right,
season the
British.
meats, but I don't like fucking like when if I'm making a burger at home, literally all I do, I season the fuck out of it because I'm black and we know how to do this shit. And so like when it's the burger
you're
meat's
also
gonna be
British.
No, you're British, dude. No,
Nah.
no flavors.
Nah. See, you need to shut
You
up
have
right
the
there,
world's
mate. Or I'm gonna
highest
drive
food.
over there and slap you both up the head. I'm like gonna be like Stephen Grant and tap you up on the head right now. No, but like yeah, those things are
Bit of beans on toast, my love.
bit of beans on toast. All right, I'm coming over now. I'm gonna drive over there
Yeah.
over here in the midnight.
We've got anime guy. I won't be home until after the stream starts. So here's my mac and cheese I had last week with freshly shredded mozzarella and cheddar. Also, here's some really good pulls I got in Pokemon cards recently. So let's see the mac
Wait,
and
what
cheese.
is this?
Couple of Charizards.
Mac and cheese.
A mac and cheese.
Yeah. With a side of Charizard's holographic.
Whoa.
You gonna eat the Charizards?
Yeah, eat
Yes.
it.
I'm sure they taste delicious.
Delicious. That's your seasoning.
They're spicy.
Put that on a
Flaming
burger.
hot Charizard.
Oh. Hey, I've seen some art of Charizard. He's definitely flaming.
What?
Yeah.
Because he spews fire. Cheyenne says, wait a
Had
minute.
Dragoness's Nights.
Okay, so Cheyenne says, eating s'more cereal before stream. Can't wait for you guys to go live while reading my published book, Blood Fusion.
Nice.
S'mores?
S'mores
Is that good? Is that good, Cheyenne?
It's probably good. I've seen it at the store, and
It's gotta be
feel
good
like
for you.
I feel like I
So I'm
pointed
gonna
it
have
out to you, and you were like, "No," and I was
Did
just
I?
like, "Damn."
That is a dessert cereal,
Yeah.
if I've ever seen one.
Yeah.
Okay,
So, you
look, once I get...
No, there is like meal cereal, but like most of them are dessert.
Once I get a little bit closer to, like, goal
Yeah.
weight...
Yeah.
Like, look, guys. Okay, here's the point I'm trying to make. I ate a half bucket of popcorn yesterday. So,
Oh my god.
I got to make up for it somewhere during the week.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm going to only have 2 cheeseburgers today.
We got Nora Mermaid. Sup, podcast peeps. I'm munching on this snack one of my coworkers gave me this week, and I'm really enjoying. You should be down here for the F1 stuff race. It's crazy.
Oh.
Love you and miss you guys. Can't wait to see y'all at MomoCon. So the snack is Nerds Gummy Cluster.
Wow.
I like it.
So, yeah, for those that don't know, F1 is in Miami this week. And yeah, it's a street course, so they completely take over an area of Miami. But it's funny because apparently they wanted to have the track go by the Miami Bay. They're like, yeah, something scenic. And I guess the city didn't permit that. So they're like, well, shit, what are we going to do to show off, like, the bay? So they took over, like, a parking lot, painted water on it, and placed yachts on it.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Funny.
Yeah, like, if you look it up, you'll see. They're like, well, we'll have our bay one way or another. They had, like, part of the F1 broadcast team, like, trying to do, like, backstroke,
Yeah.
on pavement.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Oh, we got Alistair. Got that dinner for champions,
I
which
definitely...
is Pop-Tarts.
I definitely see Pop-Tarts.
Oh my god.
The question is if Alistair is eating this in the basement.
Yeah?
That's where he does all the interviews,
Oh,
so
okay.
Oh yeah.
you gotta ask these questions. Oh, yeah. What's
Let's see.
this?
Kevin says, currently enjoying a bowl of Orville Redenbacher's popcorn while watching Soul Eater on Blu-ray. Not watching the
Yeah, good
podcast,
ol'-
watching Soul Eater on Blu-ray.
That way,
Can't believe this.
there might be some triple, action happening
Yeah.
here. Princess Deadpool says, hey, you guys. Hey, you guys. Hope you're
guy.
having a fun night, and may the 4th be with you. Indulging from some pizza from a good local place, and playing with lightsabers like a kid.
Nice.
I'm laughing that, like, Princess Deadpool did not want to oust the local place, so it's
Yeah.
just I got pizza from a local place.
Yeah.
No
And the
name.
box is open. So you can't see it.
Yeah.
Doesn't want to dox the
We've-
pizza place.
We have a lot of super chats piling up. We'll get them
Ooh.
we'll get to them shortly. We're gonna finish up our food posts here.
Now,
Oh, Jaxblade.
oh,
Cheesy taco fries.
Okay. Cheesy taco fries, Jax.
Cheesy.
Yeah. I made some like ground beef earlier, and I seasoned it, and then I put some this. Oh yeah, keep talking. I will find you. I will literally appear outside your house when you're driving. Okay.
So
Please
the
do.
design
Yes.
inside this bowl made me think that you put a paper towel inside it, and I'm like,
Oh yeah.
why did you put a paper towel inside your bowl? And
yeah.
then
Oh, yeah.
like,
That's
Yeah,
good.
the bowl's design does look like that. It has like
Yeah, I know, right? That's why I
pattern.
told my mom. I was like, Mom, this looks like paper towel. What you got?
This is-
Oh yeah.
Well, then he doesn't have to wash the bowl.
Oh, that's genius. That's genius. We should make that.
It's also
Yeah,
disgusting.
still
dude.
need to wash the bowl. There's still
Mhm.
grease that's gonna get through.
Yeah, and then you can just like
Yeah,
eat
if-
the
if you
paper
have something
towel
like that and
afterwards.
put it on a paper towel. It's just gonna stick to the paper towel. And,
And then you can eat the paper towel afterwards. It's great.
Have you ever
Yeah.
done the
You
thing when
sh-
you
you
put a
shouldn't do that.
napkin or a paper towel?
yeah.
You shouldn't tell me what to do. I'll do what I want. Mm.
All right, we've got Kabari, Art Fellow. Well, it's loading.
Hmm.
Hold on. There we go. 3 delicious dishes that I had for dinner one night in the main dining room of the cruise ship. For the starter, I had a fish cake. The main course, wild mushroom risotto. And for dessert, chocolate custard.
Custard.
So it looks like Kabari's on a cruise ship. A lot of good food on cruise ships. Looks delicious.
Hell, but
Hell yeah. Let's see if we've got any more that we missed. No, I think that's it.
Oh my
We
gosh.
got them all. So
I
now we
didn't
can
post it,
address
but
all
I
these.
made a peanut soup tonight, and it was pretty banger.
It was very good.
Peanut soup?
Yeah, it was really good.
What is peanut soup?
Oh, it has a little bit of peanut butter in it, and you put peanuts in it to have like that flavor. But it's mostly like obviously your broth, but like it's got chicken and a little bit of kale, some onion, some tomato. The recipe calls for sweet potato, but I don't particularly like sweet potato, so I didn't put it in.
Okay. I've not heard of peanut soup before. So I was certainly intrigued. Let's see here. Sarah did mention that we had a bunch of super chats.
Yeah.
Anime Guy sent a super chat just saying Weird Al movie.
Is that a thing that's
Yeah,
happening?
yeah. Did you see
There
the
is-
trailer?
Yeah, with Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah, yeah.
He,
It's like a whole parody of like biopics. It's great.
Oh, that's great.
That sounds fun.
Where's it? But it's like going on to like some platform that I didn't even like.
Is it Apple TV?
No, it was something else.
No, it's on Roku.
Oh.
I don't even know what that
Can't
means.
beat Roku.
They're trying to be.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Roku's like it's sort of like a hub for different streaming services. People have it on like TVs and stuff.
Right.
But I don't know if like it's like a free movie that they're gonna have on there because Roku also has like free movies.
Oh, okay. Because I know like
That might be what it is.
we used to broadcast through Roku with some of our racing broadcasts. That's why I was like Roku. But obviously I'm not hip to the skip.
Yeah.
All right. Cheyenne says, let's see, sent a super chat saying, Winter Storm pin key equals me. I wish to be in the podcast.
And then
Hell yeah, Cheyenne.
follows up with, so everyone can hear my awkward voice and laugh. Heal.
Hey, I like life goals.
Yeah.
Hawk sends a super chat saying, been a fan of everyone on the podcast for almost 7 years now.
Dang.
Never got a chance to see this live. Clearly, the stars have aligned. Woot!
Well, thank you for joining. I'm
And-
glad you
yeah.
were able to.
Thanks for being a fan for so long. Appreciate having you.
I feel like it's there's those episodes of Chippendale Rescue Rangers with that. There's like this poodle lady called Kanina LaFleur.
Yeah.
And like the whole joke is that she's like old, and so like everybody's like, "Oh, I've been a fan for you for years and years and years," and I'm like, I feel like we're starting to reach that phase where we're like, "Holy shit!" There are people who have been watched us since they were 10, and now they're like drinking adults.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Anime Gaia1 sends another super chat saying, Jax, I'm currently getting a Portillo's burger.
Oh,
Ooh,
good. Good on you.
Portillo's.
I've never had Portillo, so I'm assuming it's good.
That's likely going to change
Oh.
Yeah.
because it is a very common food stop for a certain convention coming up.
Ooh.
Oh, cool. Cool.
Christina. Okay, so this was what we read earlier. But Christina's saying, you are too late. I got shrimp and a chicken club, but still good. I'll get your choices next time. Okay, so...
Well,
okay.
don't expect us to be timely.
Right.
Well, write down our choices. Get the French dip, if you like French dip. And then Nora... and this is, again, in reference to the F1 being in Miami. Nora saying, my town, ladies and germs.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Thanks for all the super chats there, folks. And yeah, so we have a number of things to hit up and kind of Oh,
See,
was there-
we're getting some folks in the chat room being like, I've been around since I was 13. I'm 22 now. For Canyon says I was 11 when I watched you guys. At the end of this month, I'll turn 20.
Oh, nice.
Oh shit!
Now listen here.
We got Cheyenne updating us on her cereal.
Okay.
The cereal was delicious, and the book Blood Fusion is my own creation, published in 2021. I wish you could read it and buy it in Barnes and Nobles. Oh, well, everybody
Nice.
go over to Barnes and Nobles and look for Blood Fusion.
Honestly, do you like? I imagine books have like a. This book is paired with a. You know how like they pair wine with food.
Yeah.
It's like you should
Pair
consume
this book with s'mores
Yeah,
cereal.
exactly. Well, but yeah, like I was gonna say, we do have a couple stories that we're gonna get into, as well as I think a couple movies that we may be talking about. I know that we've already been advertising that we have a ghost story that we're gonna share.
Cha-
Speaking of, where's
I'm
PanamaMatt?
so
I
excited
don't
for this
know.
ghost
I
story.
texted him.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, he says much traffic. I'll be a bit late. Hopefully, won't miss the camping story. LOL. So we can hold off until he gets here.
Hurry the hell up. I also have a movie theater story. The kind where
yeah.
you're like, yeah, that's what I want to do in this situation.
Okay.
And I ended up doing it. But before we get to that, why don't we just kind of do a general catch-up with everybody.
Sure.
And see what's new with everyone. Jax, what about you? What's new with Jaxblade?
Been busy with work stuff. Released a new program, so that's super cool. Been filming all the stuff. Super excited to film that. Got to do MMA again, so that was super fun to go punch and fight people. That was super exciting. I forget, like, because it's always one of those things where it's just like, I feel like I don't feel like getting like hit today, but then like when you get like just like the flow going with stuff, and it's not like you're just like beating the shit out of each other. It's just like you're tapping and stuff like that. So it's fun. It's fun learning the basics and getting the flow back down. So like that was super fun. What else? And yeah, just pretty much just vibing, chilling, relaxing, and
Nice.
like getting work done.
Sweet.
Cool. Paleo, what about you?
I went to the grand opening of the limited run game store here in North Carolina. I went there with Hiro. We didn't get to go into the store because there were a ton of people there. So there was a massive line. They were only like allowing like a few people in at a time. So yeah, it would have taken like all day to get into the store.
Mhm.
But they had a bunch of activities that were outside the store as well. And I got to meet the creators of Shantae, who were there.
Oh, nice.
Because they were doing signings. I had them sign my copy of Shantae that limited run did a re-release of. And also Mega 64 was there. If anybody in the chat knows that channel, they've been around the internet for a very long time, doing like different like video game skits and stuff. And I also took a selfie with them.
Nice.
And then on Sunday, I actually went out on the lake here where I live because my aunt and uncle recently bought a pontoon boat.
Cool. Did you end up in the water at any point?
No.
Okay, a dry boat excursion.
Yeah. My dad actually has a story about that because like back when I was really young, he went out into a pontoon boat in the middle of the lake with a bunch of people. Too many people on the boat. There's a certain amount of people that you can't have on a pontoon boat,
Yeah.
or else it'll sink.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
We've
But
been on
yeah,
the
and
verge.
my dad can't swim either, so.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Hopefully there were life jackets on that boat.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember like going out on the lake. I don't even remember what group we were with, but it was like some of my parents' friends.
Yeah.
I think it was probably my dad's friends, and they had one of those donut things being pulled by the boat on the back.
Yeah.
And I don't recall as kids getting the opportunity to do it, but I remember almost dying watching my dad hanging on for dear life because I'm pretty sure that like they did like 2 other people and they went nice and easy and just kind of pulled them.
Yeah.
When my dad got back there, that's when they went, "We're gonna fuck him up." And I think my dad, I think that was the first time I found. I just remember he's like, it's not so fun when you land on water at full speed with your butt.
Oh yeah, that sucks.
For multiple reasons. But yeah. Well, that sounds like fun. A nice little outing there.
It was a busy weekend.
Cool. What about Laura? What's new?
I wasn't ready. Oh my god.
Besides peanut soup, of course.
Peanut soup was really
Peanut
good.
soup.
Peanut.
Peanut
I don't know. Have I done anything the past few weeks?
I mean, we've both got some life stuff going on, but
Yeah, nothing like particularly fun.
yeah, we'll just keep it at that. It's been staying busy with projects and good gracious. I'm trying to think what you've been up to.
I don't think I've done anything.
You
yet.
played that Markiplier in Space Part 2.
I didn't do all of it, but
Is that a game?
It's
it's like
an
a choose your own adventure thing that like.
Oh, that's fun.
Oh, okay.
It's not the first time that he's done one, but this is like definitely the biggest one.
Markiplier is probably
Nice.
one of the most like admirable creators I've ever seen on the platform.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't watch his stuff, but like I definitely respect the hell out of how he's run a tight ship for all these years, and I think it's pretty cool that like he never just got like complacent with his content. He's like, no, I want to do something different, which I know of course is easy when you've got that much like cash flow, but it's cool to see somebody who like is constantly trying to challenge himself and do something different and runs a tight ship. I think it's respectable.
Yeah.
Compared
He-
to the
he
kids
feels
that
like-
Dave run.
He feels like one of those creators that like aren't afraid to just do whatever they want. He's just like, I've
yeah,
got
well, I
this
guess that's like the main goal of being a YouTuber is like
Yeah.
getting to the point where it's like the brand is you, and it's like, oh, I can do whatever I want. And
Yeah.
oh, can I actually do a quick side story to see if you guys know what I'm talking about?
Sure.
You ever heard of this content creator called like iShowSpeed?
No.
I don't think so.
Okay, so this is relatively like recent developments, I suppose. He's I'm gonna try to keep this very tight, but like the selling point here is this guy went from having 300,000 subscribers, which he was working at for years, and then he went to 1.5 million in the course of a week. And it's weird because like he tried doing FIFA, or some kind of sports game, he tried doing streams on YouTube. He's a younger guy, and like I think he was like 16 when he started, so he's still young. He's only been doing this, I think, professionally for like 2 years. He's the one where it's like, I'm not sure if you've seen the videos of the guy who's like talking to that like poorly CG dog on the phone who will answer the phone and be like, "Hello."
Oh yeah, Ted.
What's that?
The kid, the black kid who screams, right?
Yeah, that's the guy.
Yeah. I see him all
like,
over
"Dude,
TikTok.
You believe in God? And he's like, no. He's like,
No,
man, he's
no, it's just like. It's like, if we
Yeah,
were
it's,
alone, would you do this? It's just like, who's gonna stop me? Who's gonna stop me? And he just loses his
Yeah.
shit. Yeah, I've seen him
The
like so
reason-
many times.
I bring
He's
him
all
up
over
because-
TikTok.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the big names this year for like just YouTube, TikTok, just platforms in general. And there was a weird tug of war where he's like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna break 300,000 subscribers, and he'd try to stream the moment where it would break, and then everybody would unsubscribe.
Oh.
But then and he would react to it like screaming and shouting. But like this is a weird moment because like I want to draw a comparison to Nakata Avocado here in a second. But like he would freak out, and then people then would subscribe in force, would bump him to 500,000, and this kept happening over the course of like a few days. And he went from breaking 1 million to like 1.5 million the next day. And it's like, good God. And it all comes from this guy being this massive personality of screaming and freaking out. And I'm like, I'm trying to see how I can define a content creator like that, where it's not the videos, it's you. People want to see you freak out. They want to get a rise out of you. They want to see how they can possibly bring you low. But also, you got creators who are like acknowledging that, and they play with the audience, which is like I think Mikado does that, where like he's like, "Oh, I'm so sad, I'm miserable," and it's like, bro, this is an act, like a dangerous act, but an act nonetheless. But like, to bring my conversation full circle, I think it's interesting where you've got content creators who put on a face of them being disturbed or like depressed or screaming or whatever, and people are like, wow, they got mental illness. And it's like, well, yes, they've got some issues going on because like they're portraying that they're disturbed or easy to get a rise out of on their videos. But that's not actually like the problem. The problem is that they're behind the scenes desperate for like clicks, and though they're playing the game, like I don't think they're grounded enough to know when it ends. Like I don't know. I guess I'm trying to say is you got these content creators who play this dangerous game of chicken, and it's like how far are you willing to go to get a following and money to the point where it can make you crash and burn because you get so obsessed over it?
Yeah.
Like, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, Saber, do you remember that one? Because this reminded me of it because I've been listening to it on my my YouTube music thing, whenever I'm driving. Remember that one music video? It was like an animated music video. It's Freak of the Week. It was like literally about that, about like people like doing super dangerous stunts for views.
Well, I don't remember the video, and the thing is, YouTube is no stranger to like the person who's trying to get their name out there by doing really dumb stuff. The interesting part to me is when someone can actually break into it consistently and build their platform on it, where it's like, this is my entire brand is freaking out, and my audience creating this very unhealthy parasocial relationship of them trying to break me down. And it's like, I don't know, I feel like that's a balancing act right there, because like, yeah, you're pretending that they're getting the better of you until they actually do, or until you slip, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
So I don't know. The older I get, the more I realize like this idea of like being like, oh wow, I need 10 million subscribers. It's like, no, yeah, I can see that, but like sustainability, that's the word that I feel like should define a content creator. Is like, you don't need pie in the sky numbers. You just got to find your right tribe to support you and treat them right. And if, as long as I can pay the bills, then you're okay. You'll be fine.
Right.
So, like, this guy has almost 7.5 million subscribers now. And I was just thinking today, I'm like, what if someone offered me to trade spots? I'd be like, abso-fucking-lutely not. Like, you could never pay me enough money to have that level of an audience who's like obsessed over you, and vice versa.
No, that's a good
Sorry.
point. No, it's a lot of times, you know, because that was kind of like, I feel like the basis too of like early internet videos was, you know, a fail videos or like, you know, it's crazy stuff happening, but then you also had the people that you know, like, oh, watch people get a rise out of this individual. And
it was Jackass, but on YouTube and
Right.
on like
Right.
E-bombs and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
that's what that music video I linked is about. It's the initial reason like we watched it back in the day is because like it's like a 2D animated music video. It's visually really good.
Yeah.
I feel like never before have we seen the internet hit these levels of clout chasing, and of course, like back in the early 2010s, you know, of course, especially the 2000s, like people were doing this, but it was hard to monetize. But now it's like, oh no, you can monetize this easily, and also it's lucrative. So how far are you willing to go, or how low are you willing to fall, like to get this?
Yeah, and it's interesting because, you know, like with us, like with, if you want to call it our generation, like a lot of people
Boomers.
around our age, yes, us boomers, we were the ones that grew up with the internet, but not the social media side as much.
Right. We saw the internet evolve.
Yeah, where now you're getting these generations of, you know, kids who are growing up where, and I think we even talked about this at BabsCon a bit. I think you brought it up, Saber, talking about like how you couldn't imagine having to go through school these days where it's like everyone's worth is measured by their follower counts.
which I feel like I think there will
you
be an
gotta see
eventual.
Ron's Gone Wrong. Saber, you gotta watch that movie.
Well, I do wonder if there will ever be a counterculture to the online stuff where it's like just cut the cord. Like it's cooler to not have a social media presence, but then how can you brag about that though if no one's going to follow you?
You can't.
I'm too good for the internet.
Wait, I have to be sincere about my conviction, but I don't know. I definitely am so happy that like at the end of high school, like there's MySpace and Facebook, and of course like Newgrounds and E-bombs and whatever, and even YouTube. But like, man, to like go into school nowadays with all of that floating around, like I feel like it's just a topsy-turvy world where it's like, oh yeah, that's Kevin over there. He's a 7th grader and he's got 200,000 followers on Twitch, and it's like, oh, what? Like, man, at least for most kids, like. By the time I'm graduating, that's when I can start to feel guilty about accomplishments. But when you're in middle school already doing better than like minimum wage workers, and I feel fucking awful. Like, in trying to chase that, I feel like it's a very unhealthy system that knows that only a handful will make it, and that it makes them desperate just because it's like I gotta get noticed, I gotta make this work, and I don't know. It's just I'm getting to that point in my life where I'm like, maybe the internet was a mistake. As I talk via Discord to you all
on a podcast on the internet.
The technology's fine. It's the culture that emerging and the platforms that fan the flames, where it's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yep. No.
The internet's a mistake. Now make sure you subscribe to my next Rule 34 video. And videos brought to you by Raycon earbuds.
Yeah, speaking of, I think I saw today you released a video.
Oh, that was on the gaming channel with Tom. That was our Family Guy Online video where we just talked about the weird MMO that was Family Guy Online, and it was kind of a flash in the pan for about a year. Fox was like, yeah, let's do a Family Guy MMO via the web browser that's for free. You can make your own character. You can try the different classes like Peter, Lois, Chris. And it was just very hollow. They didn't know what they were doing, and they shut it down. And it was just kind of a bizarre thing that happened and then ended quickly. Where it was like, yeah, Family Guy's popular, I guess. And, MMOs are popular. Though that kind of happened around the time when, like, MMOs are starting to decline in popularity, so that was kind of bad timing. Because I think the big thing for them is they're like, wait, how do we monetize this? We don't know. Okay, we'll end it. Yeah, the video's doing well too. I'm excited, and we got Conker's Bad Fur Day. We're gonna have a review for that next week, and then we were going to do Genshin Impact, but I talked to Tom today, and we're like, these Genshin Impact fans are kind of scary. We should probably play the game some more before we do a video about it. So we might push that back to June.
Yeah.
We're afraid of anime nerds. Dude, actually, one last discussion.
Yeah.
I was talking to Tom about the difference between having the animation channel with like, I don't know. I feel like anime fans and gamers are a lot more intimidating and harder to please than animation fans as far as like Disney or Pixar or whatever. And I think it's because the passion runs higher with gamers, where they're like, oh no, I take this shit personally. Like, I know my shit, and I'm going to take out a red pen, and I'm going to correct you with every single fucking thing you get wrong. Versus animation where they're like, yeah, I too like Disney.
Sometimes I feel that way with Kingdom Hearts, where it's just like,
Oh, yeah.
you gotta get all of these things in order to get the secret ending. You got that right. You got the secret ending right. And I'm just like, there's like 15 of them!
Ending on YouTube.
Go touch grass, Jesus. And that's why, like, for the animation channel, I'm cautious about anime, because those folks, they have all the time in the world to judge me. Lord knows anything else.
Stick with
Not a joke. But then for the gaming stuff, I'm like, because I get intimidated with some topics where I'm like, okay, I'm going to push back the Muppet video because there's some fans who really are going to take out the red pen for that. Or Thomas Tank Engine. But like for something like, I don't know, because animation has also its own little pockets of very diehard fans. But like for gaming, I'm like, geez, I'm scared. Like, Tom, hold my hand. Like, you know this shit. Teach me.
Saber, I know me and Tom make fun of you for it all the time, but it's like, why'd you make a gaming channel when you don't play that many games?
To prove that I am so fucking powerful that I can make this work without touching a controller. They will hear me.
You're gonna rely on me and Tom to play all the games.
I'm gonna rely on Wikipedia.
Dude, okay. So speaking of, Sarah just handed this to me. So speaking of video game people, you know, like, and you're just talking about like reviews or discussions, man, I tell you what, there's someone having the worst time watching us play, or maybe they're loving it. I don't know, watching us play.
Loving
Cuphead.
and hating it.
They oh my god, like I'll just read the first sentence here of their comment, which is looks like an essay. It says, "Positivity for you two ain't gonna do crap."
What was this in regards to? Context, video upload.
A Cuphead, a boss that it's probably one of the hardest bosses for like the aeroplane levels, which is like the robot with.
Yeah, and so
that's the hardest one of those.
There's an individual who's commented, I think, on every Cuphead of ours,
Yeah.
and it's just like constantly ragging on how shitty we are at this game, and I'm like,
It's because you're sitting there in a house with a mortgage with your wife, and they're sitting in a trash can with a Chuck E. Cheese.
That's right, fucker, trash can.
You're like, sorry, you know. It's like, do you sleep in a car at night, Homer? No, I sleep in a big, comfy bed with my wife. You know.
Yeah. It's like, it's just so funny because, like, honestly, most of the comments we get have been positive, fairly, on Ready Player Dumb. But it's so funny having, like, somebody like this. And it goes back to your other topic. And I know we're on this tangent, but that's fine.
Sorry.
No. It's, like I said, it's all good. Where, like, you know, you mentioned having, like, imagine having 7.5 million people subscribe to you to do this. And it's like, oh man, like...
I'd feel that pressure, especially like when you're young. I mean, this guy, I don't think they know his exact age, but it's either, I'm pretty sure he's in his early 20s, like 21 or whatever. Mm-hmm. And it's like, dude, that is, your brain's still developing, and you never, I don't know, just the young people who gain massive success, it's like, dude, that could potentially be a curse.
Yeah. If
you don't know what you're doing, because these things can get to you.
Well, no, because you also got to take into account the fact that, like, if they're freaking, like, get massive success, like, what if it's just, like, a one-hit wonder, and then they're just going to always, like, try to regain that success, and it's like, yeah, we're done with you, we're bored with you, so, like, they put all their worth into that one successful thing, and it's like, oh, am I just not good enough now, or something like that, so it works even differently, because, like, if you keep doing this entire thing, like, that's why I always tell people, like, social media, like we've been talking, like you've pretty much been saying so far, Saber, it's just like, it's a double-edged sword. They give you a bunch of stuff that helps you to grow, but there's also a bunch of stuff where it's just like you're constantly comparing yourself to other people and you can't help but do it. And then like everyone's just posting their highlight reels. They're not posting like, oh well, I'm sad. And if they do post their status, it's like, oh well, we don't care, you're successful, you can't be sad because you're successful and shit like that. So it's just like they never get a time to do that sort of thing, and so it's just like it has this whole little mental effect on them that makes them feel like all of their worth is it with all these fucking strangers who don't matter. All right, their worth is like not defined by that, but they don't realize it because social media make you believe that, oh, this highlights, all the highlights of everyone's life, everyone has a perfect life. Oh, I wish I was on that like cruise trip with like all these people. I wish I was looking that way like 24/7, because like I've had like clients with this where it's just like they see people like one of the biggest things recently was like I had to like explain to like one of my clients that muscles aren't hard 24/7 because they were so used to seeing like people on social media who are like are just fucking jacked to shit and shit like that, and they're just like flexing and posting all these pics. They're like people who think that they're perpetually just like statue people, and it's just like no, that's not the case. Muscles are not hard. Okay, like when they flex them, they are firm, and then you can mess with them. But like they're like people think that like, oh, you see someone who built like fucking Goku, their entire body just needs to be chiseled out of granite. It's like no, they're flexing. Muscle is just like, it's just skin and muscle and all that shit. So it's not like anything that's mega hard. It's just firm. It's just firm stuff. It's squishy. It's squishy. So like I had to explain that, but that's what social media does to people, is it just like gives them this weird like view of the world that they don't understand.
It requires like, I don't know, the entire like mentality of like trying to control an audience is such a like impossible task, because like ultimately it's, you can't do it. Like you can't control people, you can't control what they think or feel. You can only do that for yourself. So like as much as people can be terrible online and say awful, awful things, that's just the way it is. Someone's probably gonna tell you to, kill yourself, and you'd be like, yeah, well, they're shitty. I can block them if I want or mute them or whatever. But like, I guess you have to really like desensitize yourself to it, where you're like, that's just the, and it feels so defeatist because you'd hope people could be better, but like it's just not that easy in this world that's not perfect. So all you can do is you have to have tough, thick skin and be like, okay, screw that guy. They mean nothing to me. Moving on. And then also the importance of knowing the difference between someone who's hating on you versus someone who actually might have constructive criticism. And because you should, that's a tough thing, but like being able to know the difference can be very beneficial.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's what I ate tonight.
That sounds delicious. Good tangent
your
there.
week was, not what you ate.
Yeah. You all.
That's been my week. I've been busy with Tom and then just some other life stuff and plans for the rest of the month. But all things considered, just remaining stoic and enjoying each day at a time the best I can. So that's where I stand.
Yep. Before Sarah and I get to our week, we have a couple super chats. Cheyenne, if you recall, we were talking about pairing wine with books or whatever, and so she was laughing at the idea of s'mores wine.
S'more wine.
S'more wine. And then C.284 says, I do not have a question, but getting to hold a sloth was a lifetime experience.
Ooh.
Yeah. Got some pictures up on Twitter.
Do y'all think that if Gabe and Claire ever have kids, that Gabe's gonna be like Goku, where he's like, "Bye, son," and just disappears for a few months, and like
I would hope not.
Piccolo is DB Matt.
I honestly didn't know, since I don't know Goku well enough, I really didn't know what direction that was gonna go. Is he gonna be like
It's
Goku?
like I'm just goofing on Gabe and how sporadic he can be with Discords, but like that'd be pretty funny if he's like, "Happy birthday! Which one is this, Dad? I've only been to 2 of them so far, son. This is my 9."
I'm sorry, son.
Good on you, boy.
I see we still have a
I wish
question
Gabe was here to
daily.
make fun of him in person.
Right. Well, that's his fault. He's being
That's
a
Gabe's fault.
jerk and doing something. I don't know. Anime Guy sent a super chat saying, remember when Mark did... Oh, I believe we're talking about Markiplier. When Mark did Redacted a few years ago, talk about something incredible. What was Redacted?
Uh-oh, my mommy's calling.
Can you answer it and put her on the podcast?
Well, no. I'm going to just let her know that I'm busy.
Answer it and put her on the podcast. Ask her what she ate for dinner.
Hi, Mommy.
All right. Well, that means I'm in charge now. Cheyenne also sent a super chat saying, getting sleepy, I'm headed to bed. Night, every pony. Good night, Cheyenne. And anime Guy with another super chat saying, just said, no, Saber. He sleeps in a tube like Saber fart.
That's right. My little cryogenic tube.
Congrats, by the way, on your fame.
Thank
you. I was going to say that Equestria Daily, I see them still chatting away in the chat. For those that haven't seen, it was announced today that starting Saturday, they're going to be releasing a new series of interviews with people in the fandom, something that, from what it sounds like, they've been wanting to do for a long time. And, it's never too late. Equestria Daily is going to hit that nostalgia factor there with some of these interviews. Yeah. But yeah, apparently I'm going to be the first upload, so no pressure. I know that they've interviewed a couple of us here. I believe Saber, Paleo. I don't know if anyone else has been interviewed yet from our group. Doesn't sound like it, but
nope. I don't think so. I know. I told Jax because he had contacted Jax in email before, so I told him.
Yeah. So, that should be a fun little thing. I believe Saturday, 3 p.m. during some time zone, it'll be going up. So you can check that out again. Equestria Daily, starting to jump into these these interviews of sorts. It was funny because I was gearing up to do a different style interview with them, Alistair, and then we got to talking, and the conversation of video interviews popped up, and suddenly, next thing we know, there's here we all are doing these video interviews. So should be fun.
Nice.
I enjoyed the whole process. A good interview. As far as I can speak for their side, I can't tell you how good my stuff is, but I know Paleo already said that I'm gonna hate some of his answers.
Oh. I got a funny little story for that. So yeah, I was interviewed as well. I had my webcam.
Yeah.
I had a moment where I actually was like, I gotta go use the bathroom, and I so because of my very needy dog, I keep the door open sometimes just so I can, if in case Lammy needs anything, and I can hear him because my room's next to the bathroom, and I thought the webcam angle could actually see past my office door into the bathroom and see me, use it. And my heart sank where I came back to the computer and I was laughing. I'm like, so did you see me shitting by any chance? And Alex was like, what? I'm like, okay, whew.
Nothing.
I was like, man, that'd be great. How's Saberspark doing after the Brony days? He's shitting on the camera. Say, oh.
Better than in the bed. So, I had a moment too where we were trying to get this interview started, and Sarah wasn't home yet from work, and I'm plugging in like all these things, and for some reason I couldn't get the video to work at all. I was like, oh no, and it took me like 30 minutes. So I'm a terrible person for that. But,
well, yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, just adding to the list of things. But yeah. Okay. So.
Oh, can I ask one more thing I've been doing?
Yes.
I've been playing Metal Gear Rising, which is so much fun. It's kind of wild how that game has been resurging with I think it's called Metal Gear Rising Resurgence too. Well,
Yeah,
it's definitely people are memeing on it hard with like the Senator Armstrong and just the crazy action scenes and the facial expressions of the characters and how overdramatic they are and cheesy, but like in a very we own this kind of way. I love it. It's like unapologetically cheesy, which they just completely execute perfectly, and I'm just like here for it. Love it.
Nice.
It's like a middle schooler's daydream come to life.
What was that one?
Oh, did we lose? We are.
What was that one Metal Gear? Or I'm sorry, it might not have been Metal Gear. Anything, but there was a game that was in like every arcade, like that I would see at a restaurant. Where
Metal Slug?
this is,
Metal Slug?
Oh, you know what? It probably was that.
Yeah, I love Metal Slug.
That's a running gun, right?
Yeah. It's fun.
Yeah. Okay. That's not Metal Gear, Metal Slug. I just remember I'm like, this thing's everywhere. And I wasn't good at it at all. So.
Was that one? I think I'm pretty sure that one's relatively tough. Like.
I mean, arcade games tend to be because they want you to keep spending money.
True.
Yeah.
Spend your money.
Yeah, if you get like a console version of it or like buy it on PC, it's like, oh yeah, you can just have unlimited continues. So.
Right.
Well, I mean, I certainly hope so. Otherwise, it's like, why not pay for it?
I'm trying to. I'm looking at Sarah's. She hasn't returned.
Wait, what were you looking at?
I was looking at her thing. I was like, I see it where she put down on the itinerary post BabsCon, and I'm like, did we not recap BabsCon already?
Yeah, you did. You recapped it last time.
I'm pretty sure we did. I think.
Wait, hold on.
You recapped it
Let me
last
look at
time.
my calendar here, because.
You can check the semi-perfect podcast because you were talking about it last time.
Yeah.
I remember it.
Okay, yeah.
That's what I thought. Let me just double check, but like I said, I do have some stories here. But let me just see what why my wife has disappeared. So on the count of 3, I want everyone to debate what is the best cheese. 1, 2, 3, go.
The best
Where you go
cheese.
first?
Pepper
Here's the
jack.
truth about it, is that we Americans are just so woefully like inexperienced when it comes to true cheese. Like I have a friend who's French, and I just listened to him talk about cheese, and I got a cheese book from Laura for Christmas, and I'm just looking at it, I'm like, wow, like Americans have maybe 5 cheeses we might actually go to,
Yeah.
but that's it, and it's typically very processed and kind of, I can enjoy it, but like real cheese is like a different animal. It's rats.
Right.
Like you got like okay, cheddar and Monterey, and you got Parmesan, and I know that some of these are like, oh, Parmesan's Italian. I'm like, yeah, but it's the same thing where it's like American pizza versus actual like Italian pizza. It's different. It's been Americanized,
Yeah.
which it can be argued that American pizza is better than Italian pizza.
I will say that. I will straight up say that. Like I
I'm
will.
with you, Jack.
I know that's like it's one of those things. It's just like it's so much. Like, and it's. I understand they're different things. I understand they're different things, but it's just a preference. Like I greatly like if you give me like an Italian pizza, an American pizza, and I'm talking a well done American pizza, not like a chain restaurant one, like a well done, like they put the sauce, the cheese, pepperoni, or like all that stuff on there, and then like an Italian pizza. I vastly prefer the American. It's just like every time, like it's just I'm not saying they're bad. Yeah. It's just I'm not saying Italian's bad. I'm just saying like I vastly prefer that because it's just I don't like that much sauce. So it's just like practically all sauce with like little cheese blots and stuff like that. And it's just not that appetizing to me personally. And then
No, I agree. It's even more of a horror, or like seeing like Scandinavians and then seeing Asian countries do their pizza, and it's like you poor babies have no idea what you're doing. Like
exactly.
you put peas on a pizza.
The fuck?
Like if we all think pineapple's bad, and it's like no, look what Japan's doing, and it's like oh my god, mayonnaise.
Yeah.
It's like I'm gonna kill somebody. Like I don't know. Like there's some combinations in like South Korea and Japan with pizza where I'm like, we need to send more emissaries over there to help them. Like this isn't fun.
God, that's funny. Okay, so
Sarah, I'm back.
Sarah has returned. I mix up my wives' names all the time.
Yeah.
I love you. Race, when are we actually gonna kiss for real?
Oh yeah, are you acting like we haven't?
No, I mean for real. Like, will we ever actually go that far to kiss on stage with our lips touching?
I'm convinced that it will probably be one of those like catastrophic. We both think that we're psyching the other one out.
Because I was thinking about this, where I'm like, which of my friends would actually kiss me? And I know Paleo wouldn't. I know Race. I think you'd be a good sport about it. Jax, you're a bit of a wild card,
Well,
which is very on brand for you.
Jeffrey's kissed
What's that?
Black Griffin on the cheek before.
Well, yeah,
That's
but I don't think that's what he's talking about.
Fuck off.
It's close.
I'm sorry. I'm just jealous, actually. I wish I was between them with my penis now.
Do you ever do without it?
I actually upstairs. So, Jax, you're a bit of a wild card. I think if you were in like energy mode and like really going all out, I think you'd kiss me, and you'd own that moment. Paleo would be like, I don't know. I think.
What do you want me to kiss you? Is that what is going on right now?
I don't know. I feel like
Are you sure? Okay, just let me know. Like I need permission, Laura. Are you giving me permission?
Oh yeah, go for it. I don't care.
The only thing about
Okay.
it is like you feel like my like younger brother, so I'm like I don't know if I want.
Yeah, incest is wincest.
Katie's smiling somewhere right now.
Exactly.
But then I got it nailed down. I'm not sure about Matt. DB Matt.
But no
I
tongue,
think-
please.
No, I think DB Matt would be like, I'll cut over here and would do it out of just like living in the moment. But the one friend who I'm like, I think he actually would grab me and pull me in closer, Tom.
Oh,
what?
I think Tom.
Yeah,
would.
Tom is that way.
So that's why you had
I'm
to
like-
move out there. I get it now.
I know what I wanted. But yeah, I was just thinking about that. I'm trying to think about Henry. I think Henry would also put on for.
All right, just give here.
I can see Henry like sucking in his lips though, like like. I don't know how else to
Henry,
explain.
He'd either give me a business card or he'd give me full-on French. There's no in between.
That shit.
His name is Henri.
Henri.
I love
All
it.
right,
Sorry, that's the last of my tangents. I apologize.
No, again, all
It
good.
will never be the last.
we
Matt.
got Panama
Matt
Matt.
will kiss you.
Matt, what's new?
PanamaMatt.
Yeah,
would.
would you kiss Saber with tongue?
Like deep and passionately for like 10
Without
seconds.
tongue, and then cheek, mouth, and then tongue.
Cheek, sure.
Okay.
Mouth, maybe.
Okay.
Tongue, probably not.
Okay, that's fair. I think I feel the same.
Well, I'm glad it's mutual.
Well, because
Me
like
too.
our beards would like get stuck on each other. So
Next time we get sussed.
Yeah,
we'll
I
be
don't
like,
need hair in my teeth. Is what I'm getting at.
It's not that bad.
Well,
I'll have you know that I'm a prize catch in the gay community, or so I'm told.
it's so funny when
Are
like,
you?
because I know we've had this discussion before,
Yeah.
where like, I think in some cases, right, some of us who grew up a little bit more removed from, say, the LGBT community, and then like ending up more so, the fandom has been kind of like a big eye opener for a lot of people.
Yes.
oh yeah, definitely.
But also like I remember the first time that I had a gay guy be like, I just want you to know you're attractive, and I was like, you know what? When I was younger, I'm sure I would have had no idea how to respond to this, but I'm like, aw, thanks.
Right? Exactly.
No, that was. I feel that.
Aw,
like,
shucks.
it's a flattering thing. I think it's funny when guys are like, they get the insecure, like homo phobes, whatever,
Homophobic.
Mhm.
and they're like, yeah, I bet you're gay, bro. I bet you want to kiss me, and they're like, nah, and they're like, what?
Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
Am I not good enough? And then they start ruining on it, and they're like, fuck this guy.
Fuck
No
you,
problem.
fucker.
Well, no, the fandom was a big eye opener for me because like Paleo being bisexual, Jax being black, it was a lot
Yeah.
of firsts for me.
I know, right? Yeah, save that. Clip that. Right? Just clip it out of context. There you go.
Oh, God.
LGBT.
It was also his
Right,
first experience with what? I was gonna say
Sorry.
women.
I was saying that.
Right, yeah. I came out of my cage. I was like Smeagol,
What Sarah?
I
Did you
was-
say something?
Sorry, I was saying that Base did my super chat send. It's been like 3 minutes, and I do not see it.
I don't
see it.
see it.
I've been
see it.
scrolling
I don't see it in
it.
the
I
chat
don't
either.
see it. I don't think it's seen it.
Yeah, I do not see it. Okay, so Sarah,
Yeah, yes.
how has your week? Well, actually, PanamaMatt, how's your week been? Or your last
Good.
2 weeks?
Last 2 weeks have been good.
Good.
I baked a cake.
He did
Yeah.
bake a cake
Nice.
For a wedding.
for a wedding.
Well, actually, I've baked 2 cakes. I should be clear then.
Well, you made a wedding cake?
So
I,
one,
well,
one
I
was
made
to
a
marry
cake
and one was
for
to
a
fuck.
wedding. So what?
Hmm?
What?
Sorry, what was that?
I said one cake was to marry and one cake was to fuck.
Well, was there also a kill cake?
I hope.
Yeah, that's the one I burnt accidentally, so it's dead to me. I will tell you this: I have given this cake a lot of tongue.
Oh, oh.
Yeah, like Venom, like.
No, so yeah, gosh, that was not just last week, was it? Has it been that long? When did this happen? This was. Yeah, okay, so about 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I officiated a wedding, baked a cake for it. Wedding was over at the one of the beaches here. Had a fire pit. It was lovely, very unconventional in terms of how it was set up and all that, but. The newlywed spouses had fun, as did most of the other people there. I'm presuming everyone had fun, but I don't want to speak for all of them. So that
I'm
was
sure at least
interesting.
one person had a bad time.
I think weren't there
I
only
mean-
like 8 people though?
Yeah,
So like,
Oh, no.
I hope not.
I hope not either, but I'll put words in their mouth. It was the best wedding any of them have ever been to.
Right. I was gonna say, like, to Laura's credit, she didn't know this. I was privy to that information already.
I mean, at least I didn't headbutt anyone in the bridal party. Yeah.
What are you talking about? That was like a
There's
highlight.
one you should ask Saber.
That was a
if you
great
would.
moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I got back this weekend, and I'll swing back around to that in a moment. My sense of time is horribly warped. It was either Sunday night or Monday night. I decided that I was going to make another cake,
Yeah.
similar to the kind that I made for the wedding, but I wanted to make one for myself because
Nice. Just to
while
eat
I
it
had a lot
in
of the
your like
leftovers,
wooden
I did
office.
not. Sorry.
Just to eat it like in your wooden office, just like to have it.
Exactly. Just next to that snifter of brandy in that
You're right, exactly.
hardwood
Just
room
like
you're picturing.
sitting
Jax.
near the fireplace,
So,
eating the
a
whole
cake.
cake.
So
It
Quiet
was
Just a
Storm.
shot of brandy.
Quiet Storm in the chat just said, "Wait, PanamaMatt can officiate a wedding? Huh? The more you know." Quiet Storm.
Indeed.
He officiated our wedding.
No way.
Have
They
you
are
not
the
watched
reason
my wedding
I can
vlogs?
officiate weddings.
No. That's beautiful.
I am pleased to say that I'm a minister with the Universal Life Church. So yes, I can officiate weddings here.
Very good.
Nice.
So yeah, made a second cake, and instead of it being rum soaked, I didn't have rum, so I used orange juice and limoncello. But
Nice.
Jax, now that you mentioned brandy, I may need to make a brandy cake
Yes, do it.
and set it
Do
in
it.
my office.
And do it and just like put it in a fucking glass and then just like
Leave it.
just like freaking heat it out the glass.
Oh, there you go, a
Mm.
snifter of cake.
Yes,
I
there you
love
go.
If you pour brandy into a glass and then put whiskers on it, can you call it a brandy?
Hi, Hero.
Hi.
Hero, what have you been up to?
Studying Japanese.
Nice.
You've been doing that for a
Nice.
while. How's that going?
Yeah, it's just I've been speaking to people like I actually have someone to legitimately speak Japanese to here now. So
Awesome.
Nice.
I should practice again so I can talk to them.
But the
So.
bigger question is, would you kiss Saber?
No, Hero.
Absolutely the fuck not. What are you talking about? Some shit.
No, I would not.
I mean, if I was an Aquafina, maybe.
I mean, at all, not even on the cheek.
If you were an Aquafina,
Like
If
a
I was
water
a
bottle?
just tiny bottle of water, maybe.
Ooh.
yeah, I would kiss you right on. Okay.
So Sarah,
I heard
Right.
about the water comment, Hero.
oh, this is I don't know what's going on.
This is the
We
thing.
watched the Prince of Egypt, and there was a
Hero
there
got
was a
turned.
scene. Don't.
That was a freaking Christian Jewish movie, and you got.
There was a scene where Camel was walking and there was some water like
See, he's
in,
not
a,
helping
in a
his case.
couch,
Yeah.
like bouncing. And I was like, does anyone else think that looked like kind of sexual?
Oh, that's
You're
what that
like,
clip
"Man,
was.
Is that water kind of hot though? And everyone's like, what did you
And
say?
then Jax made a clip to me like, ha ha ha, this is what Hero sees. And I was like, you're just actually proving my point.
Yeah. Exactly.
It was really sexual.
Exactly.
We gotta
Nice job.
have it. We gotta have it on the Smash or Pass panel. at
Yeah, we got it
Comic-Con.
now.
Oh my god.
We do.
We sure don't.
Oh, it's happening. By the way, should mention that MomoCon's schedule is out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's stuff. It's a lot of stuff.
It's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it's going to be a very fun weekend.
Yeah.
I say that as someone who hasn't been to MomoCon yet, but I'm looking
Yeah.
forward. So,
But you're doing your job as someone who's gonna be there. Be like, should be a fun weekend. You guys should go out. And,
you should be there. Yeah.
I'll be like Montana Grill.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I'm just ready to be there.
I wonder if I'm curious to see what restaurants made it through COVID and ones that did not. But it's Atlanta, so I think
Probably fared
most
very
of them
well.
will still be there.
Nora sends a super chat saying MomoCon fishes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Sarah.
Yes.
So, all right. So, I don't know if there's a lot for us to catch up on outside of the two like rather big stories we're going to be telling.
Yeah.
Well, one's a small story, I should say, and then kind of a story. You're like, what the fuck's he talking about? How have you been the last 2 weeks?
I've been good. went camping with you and PanamaMatt at Calico
Yep.
Ghost Town,
Yep, that happened.
and that was fun. We've got a ghost story.
Yep.
Oh, we have a great ghost story.
Yeah,
Yep. I will be diving into this.
yeah. We went on the train over there. We explored the Maggie mine. We went panning for fool's gold. We went into the mystery shack. What
Which
else
was
did
really
we do
fun.
there?
I mean,
We
so
perused shops. We had sarsaparilla.
I had two.
Sarsaparilla?
Sarsaparilla.
Yeah, Meet the Robinsons.
I had
All of
had
it.
two different brands of sarsaparilla. They have like every type of root beer at this
Could have
place.
sworn there was a third, but maybe I'm just imagining things.
Sarsaparilla?
Wait, what,
Mm.
Matt?
Well, could have sworn there was a third bottle in there somewhere, but I
Of
could just be
sarsaparilla?
imagining things. Yeah.
They had a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of sarsaparillas. I'm just saying I had two kinds.
Uh huh. Gotcha.
He specifically drank 2 different kinds.
I drank 2 kinds.
That is,
To the Coke factory when he's in MomoCon.
Stock up.
Oh, seriously, Ray, you're like Sody Bop, and you and Paley can go hold hands and go get as much soda fountain as you want.
Oh shit!
Mm.
Bring it on. But yeah, I guess since we're kind of talking a little bit about the Calico trip here.
Yeah. Well, first let's address base bases
Yes.
because it's sent here this time. Hopefully it sends this time. But anyway, didn't Race and Saber kiss at Fiesta Equestria one year?
The first year.
Yeah.
Technically.
Was it a fake kiss or was it a real kiss?
Would we fake kiss?
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
How dare you suggest that we would be?
Well, given that you didn't
fake.
bring that up as being we already kissed,
Oh, it's
I'm
just.
assuming that it wasn't
It's
actually
been so
a kiss.
long. But yeah, at Fiesta Quest 2013, Everfree Network was there, run by Final Draft, and they were doing like a there's the image. Paleo just posted the image.
Oh. Yeah, I'll open this up so everybody can see.
oh yeah, that. Boy, that takes me back.
That's a putting hand over the mouth, but making it look
Yeah.
convincing, sort of kiss.
Oh.
Not a real kiss.
What are you talking
Just
about?
keep telling yourself that, Sarah.
I just love the chat from this chat.
LOL. WTF. XD. LOL.
Is that singing somewhere in the background?
Yes. I think he forgot to mute his mic again.
Yeah.
I thought he was muted earlier. I saw him muted. He's gonna be so upset.
I don't know if you know. Well, I'll let you do it.
What you singing, Hero?
Yeah, what you singing, good old Hero?
Oh, he's still beat now. He's definitely not back yet.
Is he running away?
Hello.
Hi, Hero.
Hi.
We were listening to
singing?
your song.
My song.
Yeah.
I have to just turn up the gating of my microphone so I have to leave.
You can just mute yourself when you walk away.
I think I do sometimes. I guess I just forget it.
Okay.
So yeah, we'll hop back into this Calico talk here in a bit, but I wanted to share a small story.
Yeah.
All right, the story of me. So we went to the movies last night. We saw 2 movies that Sarah. What?
You said that is the story of me.
Of me. So we saw 2 movies last night. Sarah loved both of them. What were they?
The Northman, and then we saw Ambulance, which are both, they're like, they're not quite my cup of tea as far as like genre or like, they were both rated R, and I didn't realize that they were both rated R until I was at the movie theater. I'm like, okay.
And Sarah could do R, but it's
the gory R's that I don't like.
there was a little
Like
bit
if it's rated R because there's a whole bunch of fuck words, I'm like, fine.
fuck words.
Yeah.
You're talking like that.
I know, I did that on purpose.
Thank you.
Like cuss words, I'm like, fine, whatever. But if it's gory, I'm just like, oh.
I think from the previews alone you can get this. So if anyone's really worried about Ambulance spoilers,
Yeah.
but I was gonna say like they perform a surgery at one point in the movie.
Yeah.
And you know it's a police chase movie, so it's like performing a surgery in a police chase, and yeah, like they're like, yeah, let's get up in on this surgery, and
Let's
I'm laughing.
reach into this guy's stomach.
Yeah, and I'm just laughing. I'm like, oh, Sarah's loving this.
Oh god.
You bought the ticket. Now ride the ride.
But yeah, so anyways, I think we've talked a lot about, you know, I know we have talked for years and years.
Theater etiquette. People that just fucking suck. We need to normalize. We need to normalize as a society. Like, when people are being stupid assholes in a movie theater, we need to call them out.
And race them.
Like we need, because the whole reason that people are still doing this is because no one's calling them out. Because we're not.
Well, you remember, like, race, like, someone did call out someone in my theater, and it just turned into a big old tussle.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because it's just like there's sometimes where people get called out, and like sometimes it's like, okay, whatever, but then like there's sometimes it's just like, you try to buck up to me, well, I ain't gonna be bucked down to you, so you won't gonna do this shit like that. And then like it's like the people outside, when you tell them, it's just like these like teenagers, and you're just like, I just work here. Okay, fine. I'm just gonna call someone. It's just like, oh god, like that, because that happened there. It's just like, okay. I mean, like, are you gonna break up these two freaking 6'5" dudes like fighting over this stupid thing? It's just like, oh god.
But
I hate that shit too.
I think I told it.
Yeah, I've been trying to think, like, how, like, what is like a way where we can absolutely like roast these people without also ruining the moment of the movie for everyone else, you know?
Yeah, I think I told on the podcast before about like when we were talking about like worst or best theater experiences, and like when I went to go see like Tomb Raider, like in 2018, the that Tomb Raider, there was like this woman that was talking and like also on her cell phone like texting.
Oh my god.
There was this one guy that was like so upset. I wasn't like too upset because it's like the Tomb Raider 2018. It's not that great. But there was this one guy that like just yelled. He was like, "Hey, would you put that thing away and be fucking quiet?"
Wow.
See, that's great. That's so great when like the people like, oh, they just got embarrassed, ooh, or something like that.
Yeah,
I wish more people would just be like, oh, sorry, yeah, that's right. But then there's like always those two that like feel like, oh, it's some fucking animal in a wild, like we have to have some stupid like buck up, see who's the alpha in the room, stupid shit. And it's just like, oh yeah, it's like, why don't you come make me shut up? Or like, because there was one time I was like, this person was like just talking and this one person was just like, shh, and the guy was like, sprung a leak, cuz, and it's just like, whatever, and it's just like, and they walked up to him and it's just like, you need to stop this right now. And it's just like, okay, what if I don't? Well, you know, and it's just like, then they start getting into this stupid moment when the movie's going on. It's just like, y'all, why can't you do this outside? Like, just do it out, take it outside. Right. Like, why is this happening here? And it's just like, no one wanted to say anything because they're two fucking like 6'5" like built motherfuckers, just like, oh yeah, these two just gonna have a gorilla fight right now in the theater. And it's like, wow, that's gonna be entertaining to watch, but it's like, I'm trying to watch the movie, and it's just like, okay, like, what are you gonna do? And it's just like the poor busboy is this like little like 5'6" little skinny kid who's just like, I'm just here to work and clean up the area, and it's just like, he's not gonna break him up. So it's just like, oh god, it's so annoying. Yeah, exactly. Like I feel bad for those people because it's just like, oh god, here we go.
So this leads to our ambulance experience last night.
Oh god.
So it was the second of the movies that we saw. When we walked into the theater, there was only one other person in there at the time. So Sarah and I typically, when we sit, or we like, if we have first choice, we typically sit at the top of the theater.
Right.
And you know, that does technically open us up to people being shitty on their phones during a movie, because we've put everyone else in front of us. It does not excuse people being shitty, but I at least acknowledge that, like, you know, I have already set myself up to get pissed off.
Right.
And the only other person that was in the theater was this balding individual, maybe I don't know, 5 years older than us. You know, he's sitting there and he's kind of off to the right, but he's the second row from the top, so he's one row below us. More people file into the theater, but as far as the three of us go, us two and this one guy, we are the highest people up in the theater. And I feel like you can always gauge this. Those that go to the theaters long enough, like you can kind of gauge when you're like, uh-oh, this person might be a problem on their phone. And it typically starts when they're like already profusely using their phone during the trailers. Yes. Now, don't get me wrong. You're on your phone during the trailers, like scrolling through shit. That's fine. I don't care. Whatever. As long as when those lights dim, that phone goes off.
Right.
And I was like, all right. And I turned to Sarah even. I don't know if you remember this. I
Yeah.
turned to you and went, all right, we'll see how this goes.
Yeah.
So lights dim, his phone goes off for 3 minutes. And then it's back on.
What?
Yeah, I got 3 minutes of phone off time. Now, he was using his phone in a way that like he was holding it down low, so I couldn't actually see the screen. So it was just like lighting up his face, and I'm like, I can still deal with this. That's fine. Whether it's my ADD or what. When phones come out, I'm like, I can't even like. It takes everything away from the screen. But I'm like,
Yep.
whatever. So as the movie goes on, that phone starts lifting up more and more, and again it's like he'll turn it off for a few minutes and then it's back a few minutes later. I'm like, dude, there ain't nobody that loves you that much. All right, you can put your phone away. If it, like seriously, if you're gonna go to the movies, put your fucking phone away. Just
Agreed.
so anyways, I'm starting to get pissed off, and Sarah eventually noticed that I'm chucking popcorn at this guy. I must have missed every time, but I was still trying. And eventually, she kind of grabs my arm, like, "What was going through your head?"
I was just like, stop.
Right.
It's like, but this is for the greater good, Sarah. Which, by the way, I did hit someone with a piece of popcorn a few weeks ago when we saw what was it? Everything.
Everywhere, all at once.
Yeah. There was some teenager.
A
on
very
this
good
one.
movie.
Yeah, a fun movie, but again, some asshole teenager on his phone, and I'm like, I chucked a piece of popcorn at him, and he was like, "What the fuck? Where the fuck did that come from?" And since it was a full theater, I got away with it. So, anyways, this guy continues using his phone. It started with darker apps, and he's starting to just not care about 45 minutes into the movie. And that's when he hits some app on his phone that literally turned his phone into a bright strobe. And I'm like, what the actual fuck now? Like, and it went for about 5 seconds, and then he shut it off. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to give this guy the benefit of the doubt that he clicked the wrong button just now and did not intend for that to happen. And then it comes up again, and I realize this motherfucker is now playing some strobing phone game. And I'm like, dude, like, this is fucking ridiculous. So I get up.
Right.
I get the fuck out of my chair.
Good.
I walk over, I slam my arms down on so again, I'm one level over him. I slam my arms down on the seat next to him. I go, "Hey, man." And it scares the shit out of him. Because
good shit.
He didn't go like, "What?" Like it was like more of like a, "What?" Like, what? And I go, "You mind turning off your phone? Thanks." And I slap the seat and I walk away.
Poor guy. He was only 8 years old when he was watching Bernie's reaction.
Going off of the Jaxblade situation, like you said, like it could turn into an altercation because some people are just so.
No, they're insecure. That's all it is. It's just like you made them feel some sort of way, and they feel like, oh, are you trying to embarrass me in front of all these people? Well, I'm not gonna let you embarrass me. All right, fuck you. And it's just like they don't rationally realize that they're doing something that's bothering people, and it's just like that's not no fucking excuse. You need to stop this right now. But it's just like, hey, wait a minute. you talking that? You think I'm stupid? You think I'm a bitch? Well, throw your hands in. Throw your fucking hands. It's just like, what the
People-
where is this coming from? We're just trying to watch a fucking movie.
Right, people hate being called out. Like
Right.
it immediately puts them into this spot of like, oh shit, am I going to be defensive or am I going to be the bitch? And it's
Right.
like, no, like you're actually affecting the experience here. And it's like, and again, I got to the point where I'm like, there's no way I can consciously let this individual not realize what he's doing is a problem and go to another movie, not having me in the back of his mind going, hey, motherfucker, turn that shit off.
Right, exactly.
And
exactly.
again, I didn't say it that way. I just said, hey, you mind turning off your phone? Thanks. I didn't even give him an opportunity to have a discussion with me because I'm like, I got a movie to watch.
Right.
And the phone was off. The phone was off for the next hour and a half up to the end of the movie. So
Good. Good shit.
Yeah,
Bravo.
that was
The part where I have trouble, because I've done it to an individual before, but like when it's like, and I should just go up to them and be like, still, it doesn't matter. But like when it's like a father and he's like there with his kids and his wife, I'm like, am I gonna embarrass this man in front of his whole entire fucking family?
Yes, you are.
He's already embarrassing his
Yes, you
family.
are.
No,
I hate
mean,
it.
no, I get that though. Like for me, this guy was by himself. I did assess his body type, and I went, I can take this guy. I'm not worried.
You want like fucking The Rock to stand up? Like, what?
Right. No, I mean, there would be some people who I would probably not. And now, this is an excuse for all you, big.
No, exactly.
tough-looking people out there.
First off, like, it's one of those situations where, okay, like, if you're willing, like, because I'll say this as someone who can defend himself, and I'm not saying this to be like, oh, I'm such a badass, some shit like that. Like, there have been times where I've, like, gone and just, like, amicably been like, hey, yo, man, we're trying to watch a movie. Can you just chill with that? And then sometimes it's just like, okay, cool. Sometimes it's just like, they, like, will do this thing where they sort of size you up. And it's just like, okay,
Right.
yeah, I don't want to mess with this guy
They do
right
the
now.
up,
There's,
down,
like,
and
no, because
go,
like, there was this one time, I swear, there was this one time, this person, I like, they were just being so loud. They were talking with like 5 friends, and then I just like walked down, and I was just like, hey, excuse me, like, you're just being loud. Can you stop this, please? And then the guy, he like looked at me, looked at like the person he was with, and then looked back up again. And I was just like, I had like a stone face, and like I guess he realized, yeah, it's
You were
not worth it. He's
stoned?
like, okay, and then he was like quiet, like the rest of the movie, and it was just like, okay, but like it's just like it's that stupid thing of assessing, like, oh, well, this guy beat my ass if I don't say it. And it's just like, okay, like, do you really want to do this
Right.
route? But it's so annoying because it's just like, all right, those big people who are just like, all right, no, we ain't doing this shit. Then it's just like, all right, so this is like, you don't like break a fight in the theater because first off, that's just ruining experience for everyone. You just like,
Yeah.
go talk to like the people out front and then say like, oh, can you like do this or something like that? And then it's just like, oh, okay, they don't want to, but they will. And then like, I wish places were like the Alamo Draft House where they literally will
Yeah.
like, they
I
don't
know
let
that-
you be on your phone at all. Cause I
Yeah,
was just
know
like,
that some
oh.
theaters will be like, hey, the other audience members are being rude and whatever, can I get a refund? And they'll refund you.
Right, yeah, but it's just like I'm
Yeah,
still
but it's
trying to
still
watch
rude.
like
Yeah,
a
but there's a
movie.
waste of my
Yeah.
evening. It's like
Yeah, exactly.
like-
It's just like that's my night out, and it's just like
Yeah.
okay, like what the fuck? Because like there's sometimes where you go down and you'll talk to someone, and it's just like okay, yeah, whatever. Like I ain't gonna do this shit, and then it's just like okay, so this is really what you want to do this, like you want to be this type of person, and it's just like okay, then you go and get someone, they come in and then they talk to them, and then like sometimes the person will turn around and be like, I see you, bitch, I see what you did, and it's just like okay, all right, okay, fine, you want to play this route? Because like the thing with me is like I'm very, very grateful for therapy because I don't do this anymore. But like, if me, I would just be like, okay, let's step outside. Let's fucking do this shit right now. If like you want to handle this, but like nowadays, it's just all right. Let's talk. All right, you're not being this way. Okay, fine. I'm just gonna go get the professional outside. Hopefully they do something. If they don't, I'll mace them, and then it's just over. And so like after that, we just
What
get
you
on with the
gotta
movie.
do, Jack, you're thinking this, all right? I'm gonna show you how it's done.
Oh yeah, I want to hear. Tell me.
Have a friend there. So let's say Jax, you and me are there,
Uh-huh.
and somebody's on their phone, and we're like, okay, so if we confront them, they'll get angry. So we have to take that out of their hands, and we need to pretend to confront ourselves. Where you can,
Oh, I love this.
you can push me and be like, hey, get off your phone, bitch. I'd be like, I
See,
don't
that's the
fuck-
beautiful thing. No, that's what me and Hero used to do at BronyCon when we didn't want homeless people coming up to us.
So we'll make a big
Oh my
stink,
God,
and you'll be like, if you fucking get off your phone right now, you're about to get it, buddy. I'll be like, oh yeah, and then you fucking grab me by the head and you make out with me, and you go learn your lesson, bitch, and I'll run out the theater. And then you look at the guy on his phone, and he'll put it in his pocket.
Or he'll be like,
Yeah.
I wish a motherfucker would. Some shit like that.
I love the
It was just
idea
like, you
of
bet.
Saber driving out to a theater just to
Someone
help
else
out.
pulls their phone out and is like making eye contact, be like, oh, me next.
Yeah, I wouldn't want that guy to make out with me. That'd be fucking.
But then
weird.
everyone has their phone out videoing the fight and kiss. So it's like, huh? No,
That's
what's that?
what I
no,
love
my-
about your approach, Race. It's like you don't leave opportunity for conversation after that.
No, I got a movie to watch. I'm like, hey, and again, I actually remember I sat down, and I was actually like, for everything I could have said, I felt like I was remarkably nice, but very to the point. I was like, hey, turn it off. Thank you.
You gotta do this thing where you like you just grit your teeth and you talk and you put down your goddamn phone. Like, you don't even, like,
So what's also funny about the situation is I turned it.
It's when the ghost shows up.
Almost.
Yeah.
I was gonna say when when the movie ends, and the guy immediately, by the way, as soon as those lights came on, that guy bolted out of the
You
theater.
should have chased after him, like run on all fours.
Fucking
but
Caesar, Planet of the Apes.
as soon as it ended, I turned to Sarah and I'm like, "Well, I'm glad I spoke up." And what did you say to me, Sarah?
I was like, what?
Sarah didn't even see me get up.
Yeah.
She's sitting next to me.
I was probably looking
She was so-
away while she was digging
I was
into
so
this guy's
traumatized by
stomach.
the surgery.
Maybe. She did get like, yeah, but yeah, I'm like, well, I did it, and Sarah had no idea. So I was like, oh, I guess I was stealthy. Okay, all right. So now that I told that, real quick for everybody in the chat, just because I see where this is all going time wise.
Yeah.
If you do want to ask a question, go ahead and submit super chats. I can't promise that we will get to the Twitter questions, but absolutely, if you ask or if you submit a super chat, we will answer that before the end
Remember,
of the podcast.
there was a super chat from last time.
There was.
Yeah,
Yes.
if you scroll up.
Oh.
There was. Yeah, so last time we ended the podcast just before C.2A4 could submit this. Well, it was submitted, but we didn't address it.
So let's hold on to this. This will be the first one we answer.
we're gonna fucking forget it.
No, we
Okay.
All right.
We will
all
not
right,
forget
all right.
P.
that's fine.
twice
All
in
right.
a
Your
row.
call. You're
You
the
know,
boss.
okay, never mind. I did it. All right. I forgot that we have not fucking told our ghost story yet.
All right. Who? Okay. All right. Everyone
Our
dim.
ghost story.
Everyone dim your lights. Okay.
I'm
Yeah, come with
scared.
us on this one.
Oh yeah,
Alright.
definitely standing up to do that right now.
I got a story. I just turned off our lights here. I got a story. All right. Okay. Let me get into. Okay. So, just a reminder, Sarah, Matt, and I went to Calico this weekend.
Yeah.
And the whole idea was to camp overnight at Calico because the campground itself is right next to, parts of the
It
campground.
is very close to the town, and it is also the town has a cemetery.
Yes.
An active cemetery.
Yeah.
Active. So Sarah said, "This sounds like a great idea. We should go." And be near.
Caucasity.
Yeah. Now,
Caucasity.
now, whether or not you believe in ghosts, I feel like ghost tours are a fun experience just to, if nothing else, get a little bit of the history, hear some of the lore behind the town. And, you get the added bonus that if you do believe in ghosts, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I don't know if my story that I'm going to tell you all is going to sway you either way, but it's certainly going to make you
Wait,
think.
me.
I don't fuck with ghosts, so yeah.
It's going to make you think.
How about you fuck with robots though? Okay, got it.
Oh yeah, definitely. No, that's a lie. I mean, yeah, definitely.
So,
I mean, I would.
and by the way,
He's legal.
yeah, don't let me forget to talk about how fantastic it was for us to set up the goddamn tents that night. But
Oh yeah.
that or our whole
or
sleep.
just sleep.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So focus time.
Yeah.
So we signed up for a ghost tour that went from 7:30 to 9 p.m. So most of it was held in the nighttime. It was a Main Street tour of Calico. Now, again, if you're not familiar, Calico is a ghost town located near Barstow, California. And so we had our tour guide, and she started taking assessment of, hey, who's here and, who's not, basically taking attendance, if you will. She calls out for Sarah, and she goes, okay, and that's the party of 3, cool. And then she basically called out, like, one other group.
Yeah.
And it is a group of, like, 16 people.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And they consist of probably a 6-year-old boy, 3 teenagers, and the rest hammered drunk adults.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
They were sober enough to make it there, and that's about it.
Hammered drunk.
Damn.
And so most of their tour was spent being drunk and then apologizing to our group of 3. Like, I felt like each of them apologized at least 3 times.
Yeah.
I felt bad for the tour guide, who not only had to wrangle these drunk people, but also because, assuming the parents were somewhere in the crowd, they were drunk, they also did nothing to control the 6-year-old boy. So the lady
God.
the tour's starting, right? And she goes, all right, so you see this building behind us. And again, these are most of these buildings are ones you can go into during the day. So she starts talking about, here's our first building, and the kid runs up to it, starts knocking on the door, banging on the windows, and the adults are just like, hey, he's gonna find a ghost. Whoa, yeah, woo. And
he's not exaggerating.
Right. And needless to say, these people were getting very riled up and excited whenever there was suggestion of the red light district or prostitution back in the day. These people were like, hell yeah.
I do have to there was one man that had like an app where he's like, yeah, this detects ghosts, and it's literally like he just like moves it around the area, and then it's like, oh, ghost found, and he's like, see, look, see the ghost. It's like a CGI image of like a ghost just like preloaded into the app, and I'm just like, yeah.
So these needless to say, these people were having a great time. The poor lady's trying to tell her stories. She talks about some of the women in the past at the ghost town. She talks about a lot of the interactions that guests have had. Moments where if you out of the corner of your eye, you may see a figure, you turn, it's not there. Things like that. Now again, for any skeptics of ghosts, you can definitely say, well, I mean, those could just be how the town's set up, the shadows, the lighting, those can all be explained, sure. But then, like, I feel like some of the creepier interactions are the ones that, like, people actually deal with, potentially actually, like, bumping into ghosts or whatever, which I'll come back to that. So we work our way further up the hill. We end up at, like, a dirt lot where a building used to be, but it eventually fell down, I think, due to an earthquake. And so it's just this lot. And once again, the kid goes running out, and he's running in circles. Like, all of the stories that this...
He goes running right toward a 2-foot-tall rock wall.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Or off of a cliff.
Right. And later, there was a cliff that he was running towards, and she's the one... The tour guide's like, I wouldn't do that. The adults don't give a shit. And so, this kid's at this point where he's like, I'm cute, I'm the kid, no one's mad at me. I'm like, well, I get it. Like, kids, I guess can get bored easily. I'm just like, man, my parents would not have fucking let this fly, but whatever.
Exactly, they wouldn't.
But so he's not even paying attention to squat, which, whatever. He's running around, he's goofing, he's laughing. And to add to the weirdness, right, is that, like, apparently someone in this group lost a $100 bill. So half the group is fucking walking around with flashlights on the ground looking for a $100 bill the whole time.
Oh god.
drunkenly looking for
I'm like, what the
$100 bill.
fuck is going on?
Bear
So-
in mind, it's been windy. That money's
Yeah.
gone.
So we continue our way. We reach the top of the hill, and again at this point, like most of maybe 75% of their group is still there. There's some wanderers around, which means there's the occasional moment where you're like, oh shit, what's this? And she's telling the stories about interactions that people have had. One of which was a boy that apparently would run through the opening of a store every morning, and the people are like, hey, what the hell is like who's this kid that keeps running in? Like he must be with one of like the campground families or something. But it kept happening frequently to the point where at one point they set someone up to catch the kid, like a security person, but there wasn't anyone there on the other side. And the lady was telling like how she's like, a lot of these stories I personally don't believe or didn't believe until I experienced a moment where she saw she was there, I think for opening or whatnot, or not opening, but it was for closing, and a family was getting ready to leave, and there was a kid sitting on a bench, and the family was like, all right, hey, we're gonna get going, and it was in this same place where they kept seeing the kid run through the door, and the kid turned to nothing and said, all right, Johnny, I gotta go, bye. And everyone referred to this ghost as Johnny. And the fact that like this our tour guide, she's like, that was like a key moment for me to actually be like, I'm seeing something weird here. So anyways, and they talked about like other interactions that kids have had with ghosts around this apparently these ghosts really like interacting with the children.
Yeah.
Which leads me to us starting to work our way down the hill.
Sorry, to be clear, sorry, hate to interrupt. The kid ghosts interact more with the kids, I think is what she said, because they'll go around the schoolhouse. All of them?
Yeah, she was talking about the guy with the other house, the guy who had the diorama of the city, and how the kids would always say like they'd be walking by and the parents were like, "Why are you stopping?" And he's like, he hasn't finished telling me his story.
Oh, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So back to story time with ACRacebest. So we start working our way back down the hill, and this kid apparently runs off again, but this time off the path. Now, anyone that's been to Calico, there's the main street, which is still lit up a bit at night, but off to the sides they have the Panning for Gold. They have a house made out of bottles, the glass bottle house. They have, a mine. They have a train thing that goes around. So they have all this stuff. This kid apparently ran off by himself over towards the glass bottle house.
Yeah.
Of course, no one in his group noticed he was gone.
No, again, they're hammered drunk. And the kid comes running back and immediately jumps into one of the adults' arms, and he is done. He's mortified. Something has terrified this kid. He is in tears. And when they ask him, what's the matter? What happened? Did you fall? Like what's up? What's wrong with you? The kid tells them,
oh god, I want to hear this.
I saw a little white girl in a white dress staring at me, and she disappeared over by the glass bottle house. And this wasn't because this easily could have been, I could see like one of the adults being like, hey, pretend like you're scared. But there was still about 10 minutes from the time this happened to the point we reached the parking lot, and this kid never broke out of being done, crying, mortified, wanting to be held by everyone in the group. He went from running around everywhere to, I am immediately done. And this is what the kid said.
Fucking Cassidy shit. Why this shit is just
on the armchair and said, "Put your phone away."
Now there's a couple things with this. So again, the group is still drunk. So they're all, instead of finding out at once that there's a problem, they're all finding out at like individual times. And I asked specifically when the tour ended, I went, okay, just to be clear, what happened with the kid? And I heard the same story about apparently he saw some girl in a white dress staring at him and she disappeared.
God.
And then just as the story got finished being told to me, I think the grandma of the group walks up and she goes, "What's wrong with Billy?" or whatever his name is. "What's wrong with Billy?" And they're like, "He's terrified right now." And she goes, "What are you talking about? He's never scared of anything. Like, what are you talking about?" And they're like, "Look at him. He's crying." And then he came running up to grandma and got a hug. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, oh my God, this is hilarious. and then to add the last bit to it is that we all observed this kid not giving a fuck about any of the ghost stories. Because that would be the last bit where it's like, did he psych himself out? Did he go, oh shit, I'm hearing all these ghost stories and now I see one. He didn't listen to a fucking thing that this ghost tour lady said. Like he was busy having his own good time, thinking people were laughing, enjoying him, just running around. And then this happens. And for him to so vividly describe, it's not that he saw something, it's that he can describe where she was looking, which was directly at him, and what she was wearing, and how she disappeared. I started laughing. I went, y'all can't fucking parent this kid, but the ghost can.
Wow.
Like, I loved it. I'm like, this is so great. Like, this is better than any ghost interaction I could have imagined, because this kid literally just got adulted by a child ghost nonetheless.
Right.
Hey, don't mess with Calico. It'll mess back.
Now Calico apparently went through, do you remember what the sickness was?
Typhoid.
Typhoid.
Yeah, where they lost a lot of children. So that's one reason why they apparently get a lot of these reports of these ghost children running around. But yeah, like that to me, I'm like, if any of the adults had this moment, I would have been like, fuck off. But for the kid to have this happen and then not ever break out, like I figure like if he was going to be like, oh, I'm going to, I'll pretend like I saw a ghost. I feel like it would have broken by the time that we were all getting into our cars in the parking lot. The kid was done. He was ready to leave. He was like, it is time to go. And he was crying.
It was in his eyes.
Right.
You could see it. Yeah. Like it was a shit. It wasn't a, oh, I've been running around and now I'm tired type of like, It was an immediate change in this kid.
Abject fear.
Shit.
And it was fucking awesome.
What white nonsense is this? That's
White
all
people, man.
it's-
I see white people.
Well, exactly. Why? Why? I don't get. Oh God. It's just
So
what
that
is-
that to me is a ghost story that I will carry with myself for the rest of my life.
Good.
Hey, Jax, next time we're up there, we're going to go split up on the old haunted mine. You want to come with?
Yeah, you gotta have fun with that. You keep me the fuck away from that shit. I don't even look at haunted houses. Fuck that. All right. I don't do that.
I like, again, there's so many circumstances that could have added up to this being like, well, okay, they're fucking around. But I'm like, who it happened to, how it happens, the change. I was just like, holy shit. And it's funny too, because the ghost tour lady, I felt like literally just went, yeah, okay. So let's continue walking down.
She's used to it at this point.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. But you know, and to be fair, to add just one more tidbit about this whole tour, there are a lot of moments that could have been like, ooh, that might be scary. Like they have these animatronic things that like just start talking every 10 minutes.
Oh yeah.
And you know, she told everyone in advance. She's like, just know those things are going to go off. It's not a ghost. They're on. Like I don't think she's like
So,
what
freaked out the old lady that was looking for her 100.
Yeah, she's like, this thing just spoke to me. And we're like, yeah, she told us like 12 times that this thing was going to happen. And then she's like, no, watch. And she goes and stands in front of it for 6 minutes until it goes off and she's like, see?
Oh, God.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And then there was like another moment where like blinds were moving inside of a closed shop. But she was like, that's the air conditioner. That's the draft. Like, there are moments where she could have bullshitted.
Oh, no, not the
Final.
draft.
Yeah.
Not draft. So, but yeah.
See that? Yeah, no, absolutely the fuck not. Absolutely the fuck. I'm pulling a hero on this one. Absolutely the fuck not.
No,
hate that shit.
I loved it. I was like, this is so cool because like I'm
That's
always
fucking crazy.
yeah, I'm always someone to, like if I'm on a ghost tour, I'm like I want to see a ghost. I mean maybe until I actually see a ghost, and I'm like yeah, I didn't need that. But
No,
Right,
didn't want that at
exactly.
all.
but
Yeah,
like
you don't need to.
again, like this to me was such a convincing experience where I'm like, oh shit, this kid just got trolled by the ghosts. They're like, oh, you
Right.
don't want to pay attention? Well then, congratulations, you're now part of the attraction.
Right. Oh fuck
So
that.
yeah, so I guess just so that's the ghost story. I hope it gave you all the chillins.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to have any of those.
Yeah, I don't need any of those.
So,
Okay.
so one last thing I'll tell, and then I think right now we still have just the one super chat. Or did we
I
have
think
any?
we already got. That's
Send
Yeah,
10
we
super
got
chats,
No,
y'all.
I mean the cruise ship one.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
the one
yeah.
that was from last
Yeah. So we'll still get to that one. Now for the comedic story, I guess, and this one's a lot shorter, but it was so we were in the high desert.
Yeah.
We decided, and I was a big part of this
Yeah.
decision where I'm like, I was saying I don't know if we want to set up our tents before we're ready to stay with our tents because of the wind.
Yeah.
Which means that we didn't set up our tents till after the ghost tour, which
Yeah.
means it was in the dark.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I haven't been tent camping since I was 5, and I've never set up a tent by myself.
Yeah.
So I said, hey guys, you know, if we can, it'd be great if we could do this during the day. So
I don't
have to do
remember
it by
Matt
the
saying
light.
that. Do you?
He kept bringing it up.
What?
Yeah.
Oh man, Matt, I have ignored you so much.
Well,
and I'm
he
sorry.
kept bringing
Well,
it up
I mean,
like,
it's
well,
okay,
we
I'm
should
used to
probably,
it.
you know, set up tents, and you're like, nah, we'll do that later.
Did
And
I?
then- yeah.
All right.
About 5 times, yeah.
I must have been enjoying my sarsaparilla. Well, sorry,
Oh, it's
guys.
fine.
I was about to say it
Oh,
again.
dude, I roll with it. It's fine.
Anyways, Matt gets his tent set up by himself, and for some reason, and I can tell you half the reason is I was trying to get stakes in the ground.
Yeah.
Matt just threw gigantic rocks in his tent, and he said, "This is good."
Well, do you want to start by explaining why I threw giant rocks in my tent?
He
Go
didn't
for
have.
it.
He didn't have stakes.
Cool.
He didn't have
Why would he
steaks.
throw meat on the ground?
Yeah.
I like bears.
Because he
Sounds
prefers
like
burgers.
excessive meat. Wow.
That's
Yeah,
right.
the high desert gets a little bit windy.
Yes.
And by a
So,
little bit, I mean a lot of bit windy.
so Matt has his lights on in his car so we can see what we're doing. The wind is gusting.
Yeah.
We're setting up our tents. Matt gets his up before us. I was very impressed.
I beat the Eagle Scout.
Well, again, I put too much stake in the stakes, if you will.
Ha.
So we eventually get the tent set up, and then we're like, do we want to start a fire? And it wouldn't just be us starting a fire; it'd be us starting a wildfire at this point.
Uh-huh.
So we're like, nah, we'll just go to bed. It was like 10 o'clock. We'll just go to bed and get up early. Or what actually happened is we went to bed and waited for the sun to get up. Because
Oh, God.
I have never had a tent collapse in on me because it was so windy.
Oh god.
Yeah.
And I was laughing so hard
Yeah.
all night.
You put too much steak in your steak, but you didn't even have any steak.
Yeah.
Incredible.
No
Damn.
steak. I had country fried steak for breakfast, but that was about it. It was it was funny. There's a photo actually. I don't know. Do you have that anywhere?
I can drop it in the Discord chat and then share it with
Just so you guys could see when we got up the next morning what our tent looked like. I could not get it to get out of this shape. Just to give an idea of how screwed up the
I
wind was.
don't know if any of you have gone sailing and listened to a ship with a flapping sail or followed a truck on the freeway with a flapping tarp.
Yeah.
Imagine sleeping 6 inches away from that.
There were moments where, because Matt was in a different tent, right?
Yeah.
There were moments where I would hear this wild noise, and I'm like, Matt just flew away. Like, there goes
No,
Matt.
I
This
put
is-
enough rocks in my tent that it wasn't going anywhere.
This is what our tent looked like.
Yeah.
This is, as you can see, the stakes did their job.
Yeah.
the tent itself didn't really do its job.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't fully collapse. It's just the wind is blowing so much and so hard that it's just bowing the whole thing over.
This is so fucked up. I was laughing so hard. I don't think Sarah ever wants to camp at Calico again.
No, I don't. At least not in a tent.
Yeah, I'd go back, but
Oh,
it'd have to be a
Jesus.
building.
But yeah, I just love how just.
No wonder their
stretched.
cabins sold out so fast.
I really don't know if this tent's ever gonna actually return to form.
Wait.
It'll be fine.
What's that, Matt?
Are you not? Are you going to share that with the actual podcast, or have you? Oh,
We
there it
did.
is. It just came up. That's how much of a delay the stream is on.
I even put it on low latency this time.
When did that happen?
In the morning after I took out the cots.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
But it was like
But
this.
The cots were holding a little bit of the form of the tent.
Yeah.
This is just what it looked like. Now, granted, there was still wind, so there was still wind blowing this.
Yeah, and I'm like inside the tent and trying to get everything packed up, and the tent just constantly is like engulfing me. I'm like,
It was so funny. We should tent cap at MomoCon, guys.
yeah.
Yeah.
You absolutely should.
We won't get blown away, we'll get stabbed.
Yeah, you'll absolutely.
Yeah.
You like ghost stories?
You'll get blown away.
You're not to be in one.
Right. Okay, so I think we just have the one question.
Yeah.
So let's hit that up, and this is I guess going to be mildly limited because I don't know if everyone's been on one.
Yeah.
Never been on a
We'll
cruise.
see.
So C.284 asked the super chat last time, and we didn't get to it, so we want to get to it now. The question is,
What is your craziest cruise vacation moment?
I've never been on a cruise, so there you go.
has
Boom.
anyone else been
Me
on a
either.
cruise?
I have.
Do you have any crazy cruise moments?
I felt really seasick and didn't want to do it again.
Oh.
But that was crazy.
Then you get the seasick patches. Those work pretty good.
It's not for everyone.
Yeah.
But did you use
Yeah.
the seasick patches?
I don't think so, but I took something, like, after I started feeling sick, I started taking, like, the
Dramamine?
Dramamine wine or whatever,
Yeah.
like, every day, like, as soon as I was allowed to by the instructions again.
Yeah. No, I feel like Dramamine's more of a thing, like, where it's like, if you don't take it, like, before you get seasick, it's not gonna actually work.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I take it, like, every day, like, 3 or 4 times a day.
Do you know what ship or line you were with?
Yeah, it was called, I think, Disney.
Heard of
Never
it.
Okay, so it was a legit big cruise ship. Yeah, I know, like, yeah.
I've gotten seasick once,
Yeah.
but it wasn't. It was.
That was on
It
a
wasn't.
little
Yeah, it was on like a
sailboat.
little sailboat that and I made the mistake of drinking Coke because they provided drinks, and that what sealed my fate. Like
Oh god.
like soda in my stomach plus like the choppy waves. I was just like, oh no.
Sarah, do you have a crazy cruise memory or story? Happen? Yes.
I mean, like, they've got so many like fun game shows and stuff. The latest cruise that we went on had like a great like games director. He was so funny. But like there was one point where he was pretending to be a tampon in like a Who's Line sort of game.
Yeah, they did a Who's Line.
And it was
He was
just
pretending to be a what?
a tampon.
What I thought I heard. Just wanted
Yeah.
to be sure.
Right, that was our I'm near positive that was our honeymoon.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now that said, there is actually another cruise series that we had done, and I was actually reluctant to edit it together. I had plans of editing this together in early 2020. The problem is I would have been releasing it like just after like the pandemic had hit. And I'm like, I don't want every comment to be like, how can you be cruising during a pandemic? But it's like, no.
I've been on a cruise since I was like 17 years old.
Yeah. So I was like, I'll hold off. I'll wait. So, and I know whenever I upload this, I'm gonna get probably some people that are like, why aren't they doing things this way? And it's like, because this was it was just a few months before the pandemic. It was in 2019, I think, or January 2020.
I feel like most of the time with like cruises, the highlight for me is the excursions. So like when you're off the boat, like everything on the boat is like either food or you're just kind of chilling, or the game shows. But there was one evening on a cruise that we went on where there was like a meteor shower. And so like they had everybody laid out on the top of the boat, you know, on like
the
towels.
Top deck.
Yeah, top decks with towels and all that, and everybody's laying around. And then like you just all of a sudden hear someone being like, "Is anyone alive out there?
Can anyone hear me?" Everyone's just starting to quote fucking Titanic while we're floating. I was like, this is great. Okay, so for me, I've done a lot of cruises. My family was a cruising family. That was like our vacation of the year. And not every year, but we I went through the years as a teenager with the teen program, and it's such an interesting concept because the whole idea is, hey, we're gonna have a center where all the teens can get together.
Yeah.
So then they can all make friends, and then, you know, the parents don't have to always worry about entertaining the kids. They also have a kid center. But the idea of the teenage center, just think about this for a second, if you will. These are teenagers, right? 17 to, I'm guessing 13, I don't know. But, you know, so you get a lot of 16, 17-year-olds that end up in this group to meet each other. And you know, you're on a week-long, sometimes 2-week-long cruise. So what typically starts happening with 17-year-olds, 16-year-olds?
Oh, yeah.
They're all like, well, hell yeah, we got to live life to the fullest. And sometimes it can be, sometimes it can be romantically. A lot of times it's mischievously.
Yeah.
You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I do.
Mischievous. And I'm not, you know, innocent to this.
Yeah.
I very much like it was a lot of fun.
The statute of limitations is likely passed. What's your greatest mischief on a cruise?
Well, so I remember when I was with a group, you know, there was a guy from Scotland, England, people sprinkled around the United States in our group, and that's one thing I've always loved about like going on these cruises, especially as a kid, was meeting people from all over the world. But we realized, I forget how, but we realized that if you open up the elevator doors from the inside, it resets the elevator. So what happens is that you open it up, it stops, and then the door shuts, and then when it gets to the floor, it opens up, but it's like halfway between this floor and that floor. And we thought this was the greatest thing. Like, you either have to climb out or step down to get out of the elevator. We're like, this is hilarious.
Oh, no.
Naturally, we did it, and one time the elevator from the inside door never shut again. And we got stuck.
You broke it.
Because we're idiots. Yeah. And I love when they got there, and they're like, so what happened, guys? And we're like, oh, we don't know. It just broke. And they're like, shut the fuck
Mystery.
up. Yeah. So... many stories of that kind of caliber, but yeah, they're fun. If you can, I would always suggest people at least try and cruise once, unless you know that you're not good, on the ocean, because you are on the ocean, and sometimes you can get caught up in a storm and it'll get a bit bouncy. Yeah. But yeah. I think we've about covered everything there.
Yeah.
Again, I hope everyone enjoyed this semi-perfect podcast. So let's see, 2 weeks from now, we might have a bit of a smaller group because I think things are going to be getting prepped for MomoCon and whatnot. Am I right? Is my timeline correct there? Let's see.
You're covering the calendar.
Click that thing. So yeah,
it'll be the week before MomoCon.
The week before. So I'm sure some of us will be here to preview MomoCon. We'll goof around a bit. For those that are here, if we do have a smaller group, we might, I don't know, maybe do some We'll goof off in some way. We'll find
We'll figure
something.
it out.
But yeah, we'll probably do a bit of a MomoCon preview. I can't even believe I'm saying that right now. Like, MomoCon seems so far away, like 2 weeks ago. And I'm like, holy shit, we're going. So, but yeah, we'll be back in some capacity, and then yeah, it's going to be a very busy couple of weeks after that. Because of announcements that I don't know if have been made yet for maybe some other conventions.
They're being kind of slow on that.
Yeah.
Get on it.
Wow.
If
Paleo over here.
anybody's listening, we're like a month away from that con happening.
Yeah.
Paleo, breathe, okay? Breathe. It's gonna be good. So, that all being said, we hope you all have a wonderful night. We will see you in 2 weeks on the Semi-Perfect Podcast. And it is time for Sarah and I to go get dinner. Bye, everybody!
Yay,
Bye,
food.
Pony.
Good night, everybody.
Night.
Night.